Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a warm welcome to the hosts of the SWA Happy Hour, Dom and Chris.
Hello, Mr. Chris. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Dom. How are you this evening?
I'm very good. And a big hello to Chad Freeman, Hugh
Yes.
Colwett, and David Live to Fly channel.
And anyone else who's lurking out there that we don't see yet. Like
Oh,
El
the
Weed.
Shangy
Yeah.
Girl. What is up, Shangy Girl and El Weed Skeeter?
Skeeter.
What's going on, Weed?
Hey, and our friend Mark Devereaux is here. Hi, Mark.
How you
are
doing, Mark? What is up, everybody?
Good to see
Man,
everybody
it just
tonight.
started pouring out like a little while ago here.
Nice.
Hot as balls all day. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
it was another day I had to leave work early.
Yeah.
It hit 77 in an office, and I'm like,
That's pretty warm. I
Yeah.
don't care who you
I
are.
said, I am not sweating sitting down.
No, that's not good. No.
An office should be freezing. What's going on, Paul Vault? How you doing, pal?
Hey, Vault.
Was that not a great interview with Manning
That was
of
fantastic.
the Lily Pillars?
I loved kind of over the last where he talked about the two albums and the mindset, during the pandemic, and it's a very optimistic album, and things are surely going to get better, and then the follow-up album, which apparently is releasing next week, can't wait, where he's like, you know what, we came out of the pandemic and things were not as good as we hoped they would be, and a little dose of reality. And I'm like, man, that is an artist speaking truth. I
Sure.
thought that was fantastic.
Mhm.
I can't wait to hear the new album.
Either that or, like, maybe almost subconsciously, because times were so dark during the pandemic, they needed to make a positive, happy album. And now that life is happy again, now you can focus on the shite. Possibly.
Happy, is it?
I don't know. I'm
Depends
happy.
on who you ask, I think.
Look at the smiley faces behind me. How can I not be happy with that
There you
fucking
go.
picture behind me?
Yeah, I'm in a bar. Obviously, I'm happier. I'll get happy.
Exactly. Mhm.
Indeed. Hey, Steve-O, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Steve-O? How you doing, pal?
Good to see people here. So, what's been going on your week since we last chatted on Tuesday?
Well, yeah, let's rewind for a second to Tuesday. Was that not a phenomenal night? Samantha
yes.
Lee.
Samantha Lee.
What a
killed
cool person to hang out with. Her music's fantastic. I love the little and her little
all
little
of that.
snaps. She was so fun.
Lion Tamer.
Totally enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, great personality, just very engaging, and really a great songwriter. Man, everything that she played was on. And the other thing I love, brand new ukulele. I mean, who does that? I got a brand new uke. I'm going to come on. I know it's not going to be in tune, and I don't care. I'm going to deliver the goods. It was wonderful.
Oh yeah, but I mean, well, I was very impressed. She handled all her Ogatses like very well.
Well, and yeah, poor thing. I mean, the ukulele wouldn't stay in tune. Her one mic died in the middle of
One
it.
mic,
And she's
yeah.
like, she's a pro. Like, yeah, stuff happens. I'll change
My
mics.
daughter's kid was pretty damn funny.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
and of
what's
course
going
the
on,
kid.
Zach? How you doing, pal?
Good to see Mr. Thong. It's always good to
So-
see thongs.
Always good to see thongs,
Yep.
especially on a Zach.
Or,
So, Tuesday was my kid's birthday. He's
Yes.
10 now. Gave him a phone. He finally got his damn phone.
oh, the phone.
First, my younger son, he publicly made it known that it was the worst day of his life. Because his brother got a phone. Hey, Steve. But he did not get a phone. We finally circled it around, and I was like, listen, man, yeah, Jack's going to get everything first. He's older. That's just the way it is. But you get everything better. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, well, Jack got my old phone, which was a 10. When you're ready to get a phone, you're either going to get Mom's 12 or my 14. He's like, so that helped a little bit.
You gotta lay it out for kids, and there's a decent age difference between the two of them. It's just, it seems unfair to them, but it's not. It's just what it is. There's 4 years between my boys, and we treated them equal-ish, but 4 years age difference. That my kid, the oldest one, was a senior in high school when the younger one was a freshman.
Well, that was me and my sister. She was always finishing something as I was starting it.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, how you're like, I don't want to get my kid a phone because I don't want them spending all the time on the screen. They need to socialize or whatever. But, since my kid's been on the phone, he's called me every day at lunch. He texts me. He called all his aunts and uncles and his cousins.
There you go.
So maybe this will actually make him more social. And in
Possible.
like 2 days' time, he's like, Dad, look at this. I'm like, how the hell did you do that? He's like done all this stuff. We were sitting down watching TV and his phone started going off. He was like, I have to go to bed.
That's too funny.
He is such a nerd. I love it, man.
Well, and kids just go for it, And again, they learn how to figure this stuff out way before us old fossils do.
Like when the iPhone first came out and Steve Jobs was talking about it being an intuitive learning experience, but us older people wasn't that intuitive,
Right.
But to kids who know nothing, it is so intuitive that they can just cruise through it. What's going on, Brad? Mix Club? And Axiom? What's Axiom?
Axiom.
What's going on, homie?
Maxim.
Yeah, so it's been pretty cool with that. And, of course, we are leaving for Lake George on Saturday morning. Got my bags packed. Trying to think if I'm going to bring a guitar or not. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a break.
Yeah, I can see it both ways, With kids, maybe I would be tempted maybe not to take one. Just for no other reason.
Because we're going to be staying in a hotel. Well, not like, you kind of like a hotel, a resort hotel.
Well, that's the thing. When we, this last trip that I took, the first couple of days, it was a nice condo, but it was a condo. And I had, I felt a little bad playing because there was Texans upstairs until they stomped around all the time, and and then I thought, screw you. I went ahead and played, but you got to be a little conscientious of that. But
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Tom Purcell is here.
What's going on, Tom Purcell? I was at Lake George in the 70s camp. It's beautiful. It's really nice, isn't it? I love Lake George. It's it's very outdated in like a great way.
Yeah. Now see, that's cool when there's a place down by Durango, Lake Vallecito, and same deal. Last time we were there, we stayed in a cabin. Must have been built in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, and it was shown its age. But all we were doing is sleeping there and watching the hummingbirds, so we didn't care. But it was kind of cool. And again, it's kind of an older resort community, so I get the vibe.
This place, it's not that, it's pretty old. They maintain it well for what it is. It's one of the few that are right on the lake, so you actually have your own lake access. You can rent speedboats for the day and parasailing. I mean,
cool.
It's all good kinds of family shit to do. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool way to go. That's the dog got the axe, all good.
Yeah. You don't have a soft shell case for that thing? Just a garbage bag?
Yeah, well,
Hey, Kim's Creations, how are you?
Hi,
She
Kim.
had to stop, and she's stoking up the ovens.
Yeah, making the rounds. Well, that's good. We appreciate the rounds. I had just finished dinner. Made us steak and potatoes and little garden and cut carrots tonight. Just fresh cut carrots with a little ranch on them. That was dinner, and it was yummy.
We are eating leftovers.
Yeah.
because
clean out the
we're,
fridge, right?
we're leaving Saturday morning, and I said, I've never seen our refrigerator so full. So it's like, I was just whatever. I was grazing all night.
Yeah, well, and you don't want to come back to a friggin' science project. That's no fun.
No, we've had like left like lettuce and came back and it was a liquid, you know.
Oh, that nasty.
See, it's really nasty. Yeah.
Oh, that is nasty.
Uh-huh,
And that's
yeah.
what the thing.
And
with
then
that
the look
Star-Bought
on my
lettuce.
wife's face when I make her clean it up. You know.
Oh, I throw myself on that one. But that's with our garden salad, our garden lettuce. That stuff keeps. My kid picked when we were out of town over the 4th of July, and we just finished eating that lettuce, and it was still perfect. So it just
Ooh,
keeps so
zucchini-
much
I'm
better.
sorry. I'm sorry, Chris. She said magic word, zucchini bread. Oh, I love zucchini bread. My mother used to make good zucchini bread, and we used to grow our own zucchinis. So
Yeah, I like zucchini bread too. Make it every once in a while. But it's one of those ones that sometimes it's good and other times it's not as good.
So wait, let me look at the time. It is 10:17. We went exactly 60 minutes before we started talking about food.
For us, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's almost a quarter of an hour. Hey, what's going on there, D. Michael?
And look, we
Uh-oh.
got
What do we got? The chicken one weekend that I dropped down a flight. Ooh, I had to pick it up and it was gagging the whole time. Oh, I would have still ate the chicken. How you doing, Michael Songs? One time, I was probably like 14 or 15, was my grandmother's birthday. I was hanging out in the woods with all my friends, baked. I was done for, man. I was baked. I came home because I knew it was my excuse me, grandmother's birthday, and my mom's like, bring the cheesecake. My mother used to make like an award at winning cheesecake. It was
Nice.
so damn good.
good.
So I'm bringing the cheesecake over, and you know how fragile the cheesecake is.
Yes.
So I have it in my hands, and there is, one of those old Venetian blind kind of metal gates.
Yeah.
With a claw kind of clasp. So, of course, there's the smart option. Balance the cake and open up the gate. And then there's the retarded 15-year-old, very stoned option. Let me try to jump kick the gate open. So I jump kick, cheesecake goes flying, lands on the lawn. My mother comes out screaming, "Yo, what are we?" But you know what she did? She had those ready-made pie crusts, and she scooped off what was good on the top and made this really tasty cheesecake pie.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
a good cook can always improvise.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So yes, we've got the two Michaels tonight, which is always
Yes.
good. And
Do you think they're do they know each other? Do the
I don't
Michaels
know.
know each other? Because
I should
they both
introduce.
came around the same time.
yeah,
Either that or maybe D. Michael was always on with Michael and then just came in too. I don't know.
I don't know either, but
Anyway,
Yeah,
there
Michaels.
can never be too many Michaels.
no, I agree. That's my father's name and my son's middle name, so I'm a big fan of Michael.
Yeah. Michael Songs, how did your poll turn out? What did everyone say? Continue with the live streams? Don't do both? What do they say? Lawn pie, man. I ain't got a problem with it. Rhubarb in the fridge waiting for...
Rhubarb is one of those
something I
mixed
don't know
ones.
much
I've had some delicious rhubarb, and I've had some rhubarb that I just didn't care for. It's one of those ones that you never know. It really depends on how it's prepared.
That's
and
true.
Who did the
That's
prepping.
that's like broccoli rabe.
Yes. Yeah, I happen to like it, but I know some people don't.
I always hated it all my life, and then I got it at a restaurant one night, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is
Right?
the best thing I've ever eaten," and now I eat it all the time. Either maybe your taste change.
Oh, they
or something,
absolutely do. No, your tastes absolutely change as you get older. When you're a kid, things actually are a little too intense for when you're young, and so that's why kids are pretty finicky.
Hey, Brian.
When you get old and leathery like us, your taste buds don't work quite as well, and so it opens you up for more possibilities because things are not quite so intense.
Yeah. I know what I
Just
actually
a little science.
I love Beats.
My wife loves Beats. I do not care for Beats.
My wife hates them, so there are no Beats in my house. Anytime I go out and there's Beats, I always get Beats.
Well, see, here's the difference between men and women. I hate Beats. My wife likes Beats. There's
So
Beats
you
in
eat
the
them.
house.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I do occasionally, but yeah, it's not my fave. And I'm a dude. There ain't much I won't eat, but I don't eat melons, and I don't care for Beats. Everything else is pretty much fair game.
Brad, I use an Audio Technica 4040 cardioid condenser. That's what I'm using.
Well, I have a variety of mics. I have, for right now, I'm using the Blue Yeti, the desktop, the $100 desktop mic, which is fantastic for this function. It's got a mute right on it, volume. You can plug headphones into it if you want to. And then I use an SM58 for when I'm playing. And I just, I'm very familiar with 58s, used them for years on the road, and I just know what the mic does, and those things are bulletproof. You drop them and pound nails with them, and they still work. So those are my mics of choice.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple. I'm too lazy to change them. I have a Shure SM57B that I've never used.
Yeah, I hear great things about that mic, but I'm not familiar. Obviously, 57s I've used all the time, and that'll be the next mic that I buy. Just even though it's technically they're really the same mic, but
Yeah.
because they had the frequency response is a little better, and it's a little easier to mic instruments and amps with it.
Right.
And then
I have one of those USB microphones. Which one do I have? Rode NT USB, but I think I'm going to try to hock it.
yeah,
Yeah, Beats are really healthy.
no, they're
'Cause
super healthy.
I don't know why I bought it, but I have no use for it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have things, and I'm looking to unload one of my custom tellies because it's a beautiful guitar. It plays like a dream. I just don't love it, and I don't use it very often. It's like, why is this sitting in a case doing nothing? Get it to
Hey
somebody.
Charlie,
who'll
how
use
are
it.
you, pal? Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, most of my guitars are just sitting in the case.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 2020 is good. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Cloud. That's right. I did buy a cloud lifter, but I never needed to hook them up. I was gonna get the 2020, but one of the companies I work for, we're actually a licensed dealer for Audio Technica, and one of the people from Audio Technica sent it to me because I just so happened to start a conversation about needing a microphone.
Hey, you know what? It doesn't
And
hurt.
yeah, I just so happen to be the purchaser, the guy who buys the stuff. So
Yeah, so such a deal, and you really should understand the products that your company is using. So
yeah, we
totally
don't
get
use
that.
this. We don't use anything like this.
Well,
We
okay.
use all wireless stuff for
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta
big
go.
venues. Yeah.
I gotta go out in my garage and I gotta double check all the wireless mics for my convention coming up.
Oh, do you, Michael, know who you need to talk to? And Songwriters Anonymous, talk to Dan Tepestra.
Dan is, yeah.
I don't
he's a
know.
geek.
I've never known another person who has more microphones than him, and knows, like, he can tell you like all the stats of, like, if you ever have a microphone question, just ask him, and well, it's got the.
He knows all the response curves off the top of his head. He's
Yeah.
He's on the spectrum, I think, but God, he knows that stuff, back and forth.
I'm not saying anything about that. What spectrum you're talking about, I don't know, but he knows a lot about microphones.
He certainly does.
Well, you were a sound engineer. He was, I think, right? He he worked in the studio.
Yeah, he did
right?
live. Yeah, he did. He worked in a studio. I did live sound reinforcement. That was my thing.
Right.
So,
If anyone doesn't know who we're talking about, if you ever go, if you hang out at Thomas Christ channel, he calls his music counterfeit self.
yeah,
It's kind of like a, I don't know what genre, kind of.
yeah. He's kind of hard to categorize.
Yeah, but he's
interesting
great.
stuff. Yeah,
But he has phenomenal production skills.
yeah. They are top notch. I mean, he
Yeah.
hears things in the studio that are where Dom is like, I'm done with it, and
Yeah.
even I am like, you know what,
Can't take it no more.
yeah, I think I've done all I can do, and then he could take it way past that, but
Well, that's why I just say I try to make everything I make sound like I'm just playing it live, so I don't have to try that hard.
yeah, indeed. Well,
I
hey,
always go back to, if I were to ever get famous, I would most certainly have someone doing all that stuff for me. So I'll just wait for them.
yeah, I would be somewhat hands-on. Speaking of hands-on, the saga of my Chinese guitar.
Oh God, yeah.
Where's
it at now?
For those who, I'll recap the story briefly. For those who've tuned in, over a month ago, I got an ad on my phone, and it was for a Gabbron, and it was obviously a Gibson Firebird or a Gibson Firebird knockoff, and they had a couple kinds of Gibsons. I mean, the colors, they had some Ibanez's, and it was $20 and $12 worth of shipping. I thought, you know what? For $30, I'm willing to take a shot on this. So I ordered it, and I start tracking it, and it's in the Hong Kong airport for a week, and then it goes to LAX, and it sits in customs, and so 29 days, and I get this notice, out for delivery, and I went, yeehaw. This was Saturday, so we're doing the GMA and everything, and I check, and sure enough, delivered. So let me show it to you.
Uh-oh, here we go.
See it? Can you see it?
Oh, ooh.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, out for delivered in porch or courtyard, and I went, what the F? So I mean, I'm mad. So I get on with the website guys, and I rip them up and say, you sorry sons of bitches, blah blah blah, and they just, I mean, they did respond. I'll give them credit. They said, look, we did it get delivered to your neighbor or something by accident? I said, dude, I was home all day Saturday. I've lived here for 30 years. The address is correct on the thing. All my neighbors know me. I don't know where your company delivered this, if they in fact did, but I didn't get it. And so I get this nice note today that said, we are very sorry that happened. We talked to our logistics firm, and they were no help. They said they delivered it, and there's nothing we can do about it, but we don't want you as an unhappy customer. Are you willing to sign for a product if we send it again? And I said, hell yeah. I don't know why you didn't do it that way the first time. So
Probably cost $19.95.
So the moral of the story is, and I'll see the tracking number tomorrow, allegedly I have another one on the way. So tune back in 30 days, folks, and we'll see if this thing actually shows up.
You know the friggin' audacity. Like, I remember I ordered a pizza one time, and comes up, on Uber, your pizza's been delivered. I look outside, no pizza.
Yeah.
My kids are friggin' starving, and oh my God, they get hangry. So I call up, and they're like, well, maybe you got delivered to your neighbor. Check with your neighbor. I'm like, I'm not going to go fucking ask my neighbor if my pizza... That's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to order it. You're supposed to bring it to me. Like the audacity that I have. Why don't you go check a few houses because we sent it to the wrong place?
Yeah, exactly. Can't believe that shit. But for all I know, a delivery driver someplace is rocking an awesome tobacco sunburst Firebird. But
no, chances are, usually when you get that notice, it's like around 5, 6 at night, and they're like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
And they usually turn it back in, and then it gets redelivered. So it may still show up.
Well, it's Wednesday. It ain't coming.
Charlie is always out there with the zingers.
Yeah, well, enjoy my Firebird, Charlie. You better play Freebird on it, you bastard.
Oh, he's very fast.
I
30
love
days
that
in
guy.
a hole. That was very funny. Guitar,
Well,
you know,
Zach, trust me, I never have
it's
either.
The first thing I said to Chris, oh my God, we got
was
into such a
adamant.
thing where he's like, I would never buy a guitar unless I could hold it in my hands.
And that has been my policy for
and,
40 fucking years, but
yeah.
$30 worth a shot.
Yeah. And so when he told me this story, I was like, wait a second. You know, I mean, I always try guitars too. I bought 2 guitars sight unseen. One of them was handmade, so I kind of trusted the source. And another one was just like I knew where it was coming from, and I couldn't try it. So, but they were very good guitars.
Well, oops. Speaking of musical stuff, for my conference, I ordered a portable speaker thing for one of my speakers in the room and everything. Ordered it through Sweetwater. You guys in the chat, who's worked with, put a 1 in the chat if you've ordered from Sweetwater.
Yeah.
Well, so I ordered this thing. 30 minutes later, I get a phone call, and I thought, because I'm using our convention credit card or debit card and I thought, I wonder if there's a problem with it. And this guy introduces himself and said, hi, Chris, this is, and I blanked his name, from Sweetwater. Thank you for doing business with us. How did you find out about us? And I thought, why, you're Sweetwater. Everybody knows who you guys are. And they said, why, according to our records, you've never bought from us. I said, how is that possible? Have I really never bought from you guys? And I got thinking about it, and maybe I haven't. But anyway, we had the nicest chat, and I thought, I spent $120 on this speaker thing, and they call me to thank me and find out more about me,
do.
and that's fucking fantastic.
They always do.
Well, guess who's going to be buying more stuff from Sweetwater?
And
I've used AMS, and I like them just fine, but they don't call me.
Sweetwater has phenomenal customer service, and they're coming too. You buy anything, and 2 days later, hey, just checking how's everything working. Like I remember the first time I used them, I bought a plug-in, and God, they were on the phone with me for a considerable amount of time until I got it to work, because of course it was like one of those plug-ins with the you need that lock thing. It's like a security kind of lock.
Okay, yeah. I know,
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what's up, Conspiracy? How you doing, pal?
Hey, Clay. Yeah, that's crazy. But I was totally impressed. Like, I'll do business with people like that. I told the guy, I said, dude, I don't buy much stuff. I've been doing music, and I've got almost all I can hold, but, man, I need some stuff.
I deal with a lot of the bigger chains now, like B&H and Sweetwater, because frequently where we need stuff for a job, we'll get it's on back order from the manufacturer. So what's on a back order from the manufacturer, then I have to try to find it somewhere else because we've already sold it to a customer,
Right.
So Sweetwater's very good though. Like, I'm like, hey, I need an Audio Technica, I don't know, LAV 99CH microphone, like one of those little headset microphones. And like, okay, they're $299. And how many do you have? 40. I'm like, how much for all 40?
Yeah.
So when I buy, so they're pretty good with me that way.
Yeah. Well, I did. I've had very good luck with American Music Supply, and I've only had one thing where they sent me a wrong cable. And I just called them up and I said, hey, I ordered X, I got Y. How do I return this? And they couldn't have been cooler. They went, we screwed up. are bad. Your new cable's on the way. Just keep the other one. Just don't worry about it. Like, okay, can't be mad about that.
Yeah, I don't really buy too much anymore. Other than like pick strings and I bought a couple things on Prime Day that I probably won't use, but
Yeah, and I didn't buy Jack on Prime Day. I thought about it. But, I
oh my
didn't pull
God,
the trigger
me and
on
my
it.
wife were both retarded. We're like they're the gunning for us. We had like I'm still getting rid of boxes.
Yeah, now we did get something from Amazon today that the wife ordered, and she goes, "All right, it's unloaded. Here's the box. Let's do something new and exciting. Let's take the box to the friggin' trash now." Good
Yeah.
call. Because
No,
my
that's what I do.
garage
They-
is loaded with
They
boxes.
come in the front door and they go right out the side door.
Yeah, that's otherwise your garage gets overrun with boxes, like mine is right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Ain't
Gotta
that.
watch those boxes. Where you go fishing, Charlie?
He looks like a fishing kind of guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like Santa Claus on vacation.
Yeah.
He's 20
maybe.
guitars a day. You get about 20 used guitars a day through the really 20.
Wow, that's a lot, man. That's got a big shop, man.
More trade-ins, like are they trading up to something else, or you're just buying them and then reselling them?
Yeah, I'm curious.
They probably would, David. They definitely talk to you.
If you need
Which-
help, yeah, they apparently they will do it.
I keep looking. I screwed up. I had a PreSonus interface, and then it died. So I got the Foresight Scarlett, the 2i2, but I should have got the 4i4 because I really wish I had 4 inputs. So I can double mic my acoustic. That's why I just use the one mic now.
Yeah, that would be handy to do the neck and bridge and do it all.
Yeah, I
combine
mean,
the
because
signal.
I have the right mics for it. I forget the company name, but they're decent pencil microphones that are stereo matched.
Cool.
But I looked at the Foresight Claret, but that's like $650.
Yikes!
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a lot
my
of cash.
music does not warrant a $650 interface. Who am I kidding?
Totally
You know?
feel ya.
I'll just plug it in several times.
I got that when we went up to the music store there in Bozeman. There was a bunch of beautiful guitars there. It's like, I'm just not good enough to play that. I'm sorry. I'm not $3,000 guitar worthy.
Yeah,
I'll,
I mean,
I'll
all
play
my
this
gu-
$1,100 one, but
All my guitars are too good for me. I mean, I've just had them a long time, so I keep them.
yeah.
But I mean, if I was going out to buy, like the only new guitar I bought was the Jackson bass, but it's a Mexican Jackson. That was like $300.
yeah.
Most of my guitars are a few, thousands each, but I bought them forever and a day ago. Someone bought a Korg. What's that? For Christmas, Tom Purcell ordered a Keurig. But came
Yeah.
broke.
Yeah, that's no good.
I don't like Guitar Center. I really don't like Guitar Center. I try never to go there.
Not a fan. It used to be a decent store, but
Yeah.
it's just not anymore. It's not a good chain, and it's sad, but it is what it is, Let's see. Tom says.
Yeah,
they
my
took it
2i2 is good. Hey, does I'm pointing like you can see.
Yeah.
The messages the chat messages that scroll across, does that just happen automatically? Or are
No,
you doing
no, I'm clicking it. I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my job here and highlighting everybody that or trying to highlight most of the comments. Just
Clay,
to-
I thought we were your friends. I don't know you had human friends.
yeah.
You like my big smile balls?
Everybody likes Don's smiley balls.
It's funny. I was looking for something a little different.
Yeah, that is a little different. I'm just
Right?
again, hanging out at the bar. I'm not drinking tonight. I'm just drinking water. Dom will tell you. I mean, I showed up to his show Tuesday, and I'm trying to help him get going. And he took one look at me and he goes,
I was like, dude,
"The fuck
man.
is wrong with you? Are you okay?" And the answer was I was not.
He was like this.
And it had been really hot in Denver for a couple days straight, and I had some teeth that were bothering me, and so I really wasn't drinking water and coffee like I usually do. I was trying to drink it through a straw, and I was just really dehydrated, and so I'm like, I'll be back, and so I drank about a gallon of water, and then came on later, and I felt fine. But yeah, I didn't start off the show well.
I mean, that's true to a point, though, Hugh. To a point.
Yeah, I gotta say the Gibson Hummingbirds, the two that I played up there, and they were right about 1490, 1495, whatever. Right, so right in that range, they were amazing. And I don't know that the $3,000 Taylors there would have been that much better. I know that they didn't sound better. They might have played better, it might have been a little better constructed, but sound-wise...
Here's my thing. Here's my thing when people say that. Now, I'm not saying it's you, but when people go to buy a guitar, they have a budget they can spend.
Yeah.
By the nature of that, anything out of their price range, they're not going to like. So I think it's unfair. Whenever people say that, that's the first thing I think. I'm like, yeah, they say that because they couldn't fucking afford the Taylor. If you could afford the Taylor, would you still buy? That's the real thing. That's
Yeah.
And I guarantee you 90% of the people that are saying what you said would buy the Taylor.
Probably so. I'm weird in that, kind of stroked the Taylor a little bit. Felt okay, liked the sound, but I love the Gibson. I just loved everything about it. So for me, at that day, if I had $3,000 burning a hole in my pocket, I would have bought two Gibsons. So that's kind of how that would have gone that day. And again, I'm playing a $330 Yamaha. That as soon as I picked it up, it said, "Yep, I'm the one you've been looking for. Take me home."
Mm-hmm.
So you never know. You can pay more than you need to sometimes, and I mean, you don't get what you pay for sometimes. Sometimes you get more than you pay for, and that's what you always hope. I'm sure.
I think with other names though, like Martins, Breedloves. With the better known names, you're getting a little bit more than just quality. Most people really don't take care of their instruments. Taylors, Martins, they are pretty solid. Like you really have to treat them bad. As opposed to a $350 guitar, man, you can I had a Seagull one time, and the neck just went wonk.
Yeah. I completely agree. You do have to take care of your gear, and which is why I have an interesting. I paid right about $330 in 1981
hey, Silver Girl.
for my acoustic, my Yamaha 12-string acoustic, and still play it. Neck is still straight as an arrow. Etc., etc. And it was actually tuned standard pretty much all the time. I just finally tuned it down a half step this last year.
Maria just said, let's not forget about Axe $150 Amazon fine. It cost $150 for the guitar. It would have cost another $1,000 to keep that damn thing in tune, because very lovely guitar. That thing was not in tune at all when he played it.
No, it was struggling a little bit.
He's not here, is he? I love you, Axe.
Well,
But
you know, we know how that is. You know, especially with the new instruments. Sometimes either the strings aren't stretched in properly, or it's
that was
working
more
itself
than just
in.
no. That was totally intonated, because it was
Yeah.
it was out of tune differently in different places. An
Well, I
out
was
of
gonna
tune
say-
guitar is the same off everywhere. That So if your
Yes.
guitar is a little out of tune, you can just finagle the string. You
can bend a
bend
little
the
bit,
one
yeah.
string when you're making the chord to make it sound right. But his was off in a lot of different places.
Well, and that's
he
the,
still
it,
sounded great.
it probably needs to be taken in and set up properly. Now it's
And
possible.
there's
it
find
can't be set up.
someone, any place you bring your guitar, you say you want to do a setup, they'll charge you $80 and put new strings on it. It's like, to find someone to actually set up a guitar these days.
Yeah, they are honestly they're hard to find, which is why I've teched my own guitars for a long time because of these. Again, we're picking on Guitar Center. They don't have anybody there that knows what the hell they're doing. That in
No,
my
not
experience.
a guitar. I brought my Taylor to a Guitar Center one time. Maybe this is why I hate him so much. And I bought 2007. I have a 410 CE. I bought in 1992. That's how old my Taylor is, the one I normally play live. But anyway, they put friggin' matchsticks under the bridge.
What?
Yeah.
Get the
Because
hell out
I
of
went
here.
to change the strings one time, and there were matchsticks under the bridge. Rather than, a just truss rod.
That's disappointing. But yeah, again, you never know. And acoustics, you definitely need somebody who really knows their business to set them up properly because you don't have as much adjustment.
Well, yeah, there really isn't much to set up on an acoustic.
Yeah, well, again, if it's manufactured properly, you're gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Again, unless the neck needs a little bit of an adjustment.
The only thing you really need to make sure is you have to keep the humidity right.
Yeah.
I swear by those Diodario humidipacks. Lighten up, tune down the guitar a little bit if you're going to leave it in the case for a while.
Yeah.
Simple stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Just simple things to take care of your goodies. So we had, this is a lot more tech talk than we normally have, but we've got a lot of guitar players in the stream, and I know that this interests people.
What's the worst thing about a Floyd Rose setup? They are great. They never go out of tune, but you don't know it until after you've owned one. So when you are, you have you tune it, then you have micro tuners, right? And you have to make sure that the tuner on the bridge end is directly middle before you start to tune your guitar. Because one time I did it and it was too high, and then I ran out of room to raise the pitch to micro tune the guitar, so I had to then take all the goddamn strings off and start
loosen
over
the
again.
Allen wrench and all
It's
of that.
complicated, man.
Yeah. Well, set up properly, they're great, or man, heaven forbid you break a string on one of those because then you're hosed. You just pick up another guitar, and because it's going to take you an hour to change the
Pole
strings.
vault. That also depends on. Now I'm assuming you call them Case Queens. They're good guitars. So I have, if anyone saw, I did this guitar jam one time, one of the first videos, that long bluesy solo I did on YouTube, and I played that with a custom Jackson neck through soloist. It's a really good guitar. And no shit, those strings that I played that solo on were on the guitar for 22 years. And I opened it up, it was in tune, and I just started playing. If you have a good guitar, more than likely it has a really good case, and a case is almost as important as the guitar for keeping it in good
No
shape.
question.
So
Yeah.
if you have your guitars are case queens, they're probably good. With an electric, you can have more tension on an electric neck than an acoustic neck, so you're probably right.
Well, and you got to remember they're made to have tension on them, so the neck is set properly. I think too many people will loosen, take all the tension off the strings and throw it in the case.
No, that's just bad.
Oh, that may be worse
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because the truss rod doesn't have the normal pressure it would have on it, and that can really create problems. So, maybe some people advise loosen a little bit, maybe a half step or a full step, but definitely don't take all the tension off.
No, that's what always worries me with all the open tuning I do. Because I have some wacky ones where you're, lowering some strings like 4 steps, raising others 2 or 3.
Yeah, that I could see that would cause some issues.
Now, if set up by Marshall were here, he'd probably say we're all wrong.
could be.
I mean, anything I'm saying, I have no real proof of it. Just things I do.
Yeah, and that's just again mine. Like I said, I've owned that Yamaha since 1981. It's got a very good case. Hell, I paid as much for the case as I probably did the guitar, and it has always been tuned to standard. I mean, they always say you should tune a 12 string down to D or D sharp, and I've always had it in standard tuning, and it's been that way for all this time in the case. Except when I was playing it, no problems.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Hugh is a tech.
Yeah, Hugh knows his business.
Ooh, it came with that. It's a good gig. The Taylor gig bag is a pretty good gig bag, but it's not a soft gig bag, right? The brown one, it's pretty rigid. I have one of those. I have a Taylor. I forget, like one of the cheap. It's a cutaway electronic nylon string guitar, Taylor. Like maybe it was like 1,000. I think all my acoustics are in that range.
Yeah.
I think the Martin D15 was like 13. The Taylor was maybe 17, and the other one was like 1,000. I mean, but it was the Taylor was 17 in 1992. So
Yeah. Makes a difference. Probably costs a couple bucks more than that now.
I would love to see if I can get the new, if the new electronics would fit in mine. I think
Probably. That would be cool. Yeah.
Can you just swap out, Hugh? Do you know about that? From an old Taylor, can you put in the modern electronics in it? Well, everyone be silent until Hugh types back.
That's right. We'll wait for you.
Oh wait, that's right.
I could only imagine.
He's
trying
probably
to
getting some
stick
mozzarella.
my giant meat hook in the sound hole and trying to, the monkey with the
Okay.
hand in the cookie jar. Yeah.
See, this is like if Hugh lived there,
Yeah.
he'd have all my guitars. We'd be walking around in kilts together, eating
Yeah.
cheese. I'd introduce my dog to his cat.
It would be great.
Yes.
Yes, Felix could ride your dog around the neighborhood. It would be amazing.
So we have 18 souls on board, Chris.
Well, it's wonderful to see everybody hanging out with us. We so enjoy chatting with everybody in this.
I must say, last week
That was fun.
our first video that got over 200 views. We were very excited about that.
Yeah, it was very cool, and of course we had some guests join us and play live, and that was fantastic. And we are definitely going to do that again in the future. That was a fun night.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Tonight's probably not that night, but we are definitely going to do it in the future.
I don't know. We'll see if we run out of anything to talk about.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And it may have to turn into that.
We may, tease, we may have a surprise guest, or
Yeah,
maybe not.
Or the surprise could. We do know the guest we invited, so
Yeah.
we ain't.
If
holding
he
our
shows
breath.
up, we'll be surprised.
Yeah, we'll be the surprise. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wasn't it, Maria? Last happy hour was a very fun show.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was definitely.
She only has 5 what?
Fingers.
I don't know. Well,
Inches?
When you
Help us out.
read something random,
Yeah.
and I wish they would connect to you can. I wish in chat you can reply like in Facebook.
Yes, where the thread makes more sense.
So the person reading it goes,
Yeah.
"What?" You can actually. Yeah,
5. You know.
Yeah,
that
Maria,
could be
that
only
was
5 cases of STDs. You know,
yeah.
we don't know.
I mean, think about Maria and Michael's songs. He's been playing for a while and doing his live streams for a while, but he came up on our panel last Thursday, and then from there, then he was on GMA. Tomorrow night, he's going to be on the big multi-stream.
yeah.
He
See?
is
Take it off like a
in
rocket.
for it, yeah. He's on. He's like on. Whoosh, he's just about to start. That's cool. That's fun. I remember when it first started, go boom, 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 and I was playing everywhere and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of fun, and you meet all these cool people.
I mean, yeah, that's the best part.
You
meet
know
all
what
those
I
people.
have been doing now?
To tell.
So I do love the playing live. So I've just been visiting every live stream I can see and stay for a while and find who hosts it. And I'm like, if you ever want a musical guest, give me a call and reference it, So a couple of them said they would like to do that.
That's cool.
You like shows, I have no idea what they are, but,
Yeah. Well, you did say you had gone to one show, and it was an open mic, and you're sitting there with your thumb up your rear, and you finally ask the host, "Is this an open mic?" He goes, "No."
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
Whoops.
He called it an open mic. He was like, it's not that kind of open mic. I was like, what other kind of open mic
Yeah.
is there? But people come up and play.
Yeah, it was a closed mic, open mic.
It was very close, yeah.
You never
I
know.
saw your email, Pole Vault. I do not have the ability to multitask. So right now I am talking. I am drinking. I can do no more. But I will check very soon.
Yes, we've tapped my I was multitasking all day today, and I don't think I was doing any of it well. I was trying to work and put on a conference, and
I
that and
have
the
not
other.
seen you wear a shirt with sleeves in quite a while.
yeah, this was what I had on today. This is my Grateful Dead hockey player, bass player.
Very nice.
This is a very cool shirt.
Very
And
cool shirt.
and it's a cool shirt, which is why I'm wearing it. The rest of the time, it's been so bloody hot. I had all my sleeve shirts out, but I think
Michael, I've been wondering. I'm like, I think this guy's wearing the same outfit all the time. You dirty bastard.
he's just again. You got to have a shtick, and for many of us, it's an inadvertent shtick. I wear sleeveless shirts all the time. And I have since high school football days. So it's just I appeared on some things, and that inadvertently became my thing. And
Well,
Michael's
that's
got
what-
his whole classy, vest and tie and his fedora, and I mean it's a great look.
I think the thing with the shtick with us is we don't even mean it to be. It became everyone made it. I can't even say the word. you become the embodiment of what everyone, the one thing everyone kind of sees, and I guess
Yeah.
that's cool because that's the thing they kind of like about you that makes you different.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It's an identifier. Mr. Smith has his mask that he does. Everybody loves that. Yeah, I got the hair, but I just have hair. That's just, and at my age,
And a
having hair
very
like
loud
this,
fan.
Yes. Well, again, let's review. I had it off, and I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and die during the show, and so I'm running the fan. So sorry, guys.
What were you, a drug dealer, Michael? What did you need 11 pockets for in high school? No good could come from a lot of pockets in high school. Why did I just put on the wrong one when I was on stage? I go and tell.
There you go. T-shits, really.
Yeah,
So-
I live in t-shirts, and I cycle my t-shirts. Like every year, I just buy like 20 new t-shirts, and I get rid of the old ones.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah.
Like last year, everything was like the mountains, the mountains, the mountains. Because I was enjoying the mountains.
I
but
like
now
to
they're
pick
all-
up a shirt when I go someplace on vacation, but I got a rule: if I bring
It
a
has
shirt
to be a
home,
cool shirt.
it's got to go out. Well, yeah, I don't buy just any old shirt because I was someplace,
Like when we went to Universal Orlando, the only souvenir I got myself was a Voodoo Donuts T-shirt because it just looks so cool.
Tees with pockets. See that? I know people like that. I had to order a couple special shirts for my convention guys.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
I
they
don't
wanted
like pocket
pockets.
t-shirts.
No, I'm not a pocket guy.
No.
I just, yeah, it's
Yeah, it's not
just
my
weird.
thing. Yeah, it's like you
Wear a dress shirt.
nerdy man. I mean, I guess it serves a purpose. It's not like because I'm not like what could you put in there?
Yeah. Well, of course I wear cargo shorts, so I got lots of pockets. They're on my pants, right?
Don't like cargo shorts either. I don't like things in my pockets, and if I have things in my pockets, I have to be weighted properly, like keys in the front and my
Yes.
wallet on the other side.
Well, it goes
you know?
without saying you got to be balanced.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just like fall down the stairs.
No, most of the time I just wear nylon running shorts that have pockets so I keep my phone in it or whatever. But if I'm going out in public, as Ron Wright used to say, I try and put a shorts on.
I really think we just bring back the damn fanny pack. It made things much easier, man.
It really did.
It really did.
I had a fanny pack. I walked around with a fanny pack for a while. It was great.
I think I'm going to bring it back.
My
We
wallet,
can
my
get
car keys, my
fanny
knife.
packs with like something like that, fanny packs, or dude wearing a tie could be on Michael's fanny pack.
Yeah,
Or no,
there you go.
his fanny pack could have a tie on.
Well, yeah, it needs a tie, no question,
Yeah.
and a vest.
It's not even just smokes anymore. Like when I go somewhere, I have to have my cigarettes, and then I need like 4 other types of nicotine, depending on like like these. Like I actually buy Nicorette things, not to quit smoking, like in case I'm in a diner. And then I have a stupid vape pen.
Yeah.
Oh,
You say it's not the whiskey, but it may well be the whiskey.
It could be the whiskey. I have not opened up my monkey shoulder yet.
Ow. Now I got my wife, because she's a sweetie, bought me some tin cup 10-year. And again, sometimes life delivery wise works well because we get it and I'm like, thanks, sweetie, that's so cool. We'll drink some this weekend. And then 2 days later, another bottle of it shows up. And we're like,
Nice.
did you double click? And she checked and she goes, no, they sent 2. I don't know why. Thanks. So I got whiskey for the next month.
Oh, cool, Steve. So Steve, WA, our guitar playing from Munich, Germany.
Yeah.
He illegally obtained a copy of Persona Non Grata off of my YouTube page. I'm joking. And he's going to overdub a guitar solo on it.
Oh, cool. Well, that'll
That's
be
gonna
fun.
be very cool. Yeah. I would imagine I know what section he's going to do it in, which would be awesome because that was another song. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm just done.
Yeah.
Release.
Yeah, I'm out.
You're
We
pretty
don't
good.
have an SWA fanny pack, but maybe,
No.
hey, merch.
Yeah, we're thinking actually what we should have is not like an SWA T-shirt, but I used to be an SWA T-shirts.
We could have a lot
there'd be
more.
a
We
lot
could
more
sell a
than
lot of those.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we would have to give them as like a consolation. Yeah, kick someone out and say, "Would you like to buy a T-shirt?" We don't kick anyone out.
Yeah, Maria's right. That's the American. We call them fanny packs. That's a little naughty in other places in the world. But, again, we're ugly
Nothing
Americans,
wrong-
and what do we
nothing wrong
care?
Being a little naughty, exactly. The other world,
Yeah.
build
The rest
another
of the
wall.
world? Well, when I was in high school, I had a British science teacher, and he was always talking about fags and, going out and getting some fags and everything. And, of course, high school guys are like, dude, that's not what you think it is over here. You need to rethink that.
And what if you,
Well, again, idioms, right? There you go. SWA graded mozzarella packs.
mozzarella packs? I don't buy the pre-graded mozzarella. I gotta know it was a brick beforehand. But now here's something. I am an Italian. I prefer like Polly-O over like the really expensive stuff that comes in all that gelatinous goo, the fresh stuff. I don't like fresh mozzarella. It doesn't really have a lot of flavor.
No, fresh mozzarella, exactly that. I mean, it's like moonshine. It's an unaged cheese in every way. It's so new. It really is. And I find the texture a little off-putting because it's soft and new.
Yeah, it doesn't always melt the same way. It doesn't look as good on a pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Like, I'll use it like I'm making lasagna to top the lasagna with or something like that. But
Yeah.
Actually, what's better on lasagna, on the top layer, better than mozzarella, is Fontina cheese.
Okay.
Fontina cheese
that.
melts perfect and it gets
I've
like
never
this
tried
beautiful yellow.
Fontina.
It's really good. Oh,
I
it's
should
really
try that
good.
on time. How do you think it would be on a pizza?
I got that from Lydia. Ever see her, Lydia?
Yeah.
She was like on channel. That was like on public access. But
Yeah, it was
I'm
a
like,
public, and the reruns have been around.
I'd
yeah.
eat anything that woman made.
Yeah. Indeed. Yes, and this was only, I would only say this about cheese. Wet and creamy as a rule I like, but just not like mozzarella.
There's a comment you don't want to take out of context, folks.
No, again,
Yeah, no, Maria's right. You want it on like a buffalo salad. Then it's good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for your input.
Yeah. I am wondering if I'm actually ever going to crack open the pizza oven this summer. I have yet
You
to
haven't?
make a pizza. No.
You got to do it in the winter.
Well, I do often if the snow's not flying, but usually I have people over and we have fresh wood-fired pizzas. But I didn't make any last year. I made 3 or 4 pizzas, but of course I was doing the home renovation project, and I was just dragged dead tired every weekend. And this year just haven't felt like it.
I disagree, Michael. Michael. I like domestic Swiss. I like the big holy cheese. Baby Swiss, it doesn't have enough bite. That's my thoughts on that.
And all I can say is thank God I'm over it. The fairies and boots thing.
Oh, I will not be here, Clay. I'm sorry. I will be probably wasted somewhere else.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was there for the first one, but again, it was like false advertising. They were saying, fairies and boots and everything, and I went on the show because I thought people were going to come out of the closet or something, but that's not what the show was about at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's not what I thought. So, I went away.
That's fine by me, Maria. Let them drill the holes. I like deli Swiss. I do. It's sharper. Actually, Swiss cheese. I would probably say Swiss cheese. I would have to give Swiss cheese is probably my favorite cheese, and then provolone.
Provolone is awfully good.
Yeah.
Isn't
But
it funny? We've got all
it's-
these
you can't
musicians
just-
and we care about
Yeah.
cheese. And
You can't just. Oh my God, do we care about cheese? Yes.
well, Italians of course
Kind of care
about
more
cheese.
about cheese than music. Provolone is just. It's so good, but it's not like you can just eat it any time.
No, God, no. I mean, it's a little goes a long way.
Yeah.
Indeed. So you said you were going to Lake George this weekend.
Yes.
No, not this weekend. I'm not going to next weekend. We're going to visit our friends out on the farm in eastern Colorado in Yuma, and it's one of the farm wives. It's their 35th, I want to say, birthday, and so they're renting a giant inflatable slide, and all the adults are gonna get liquored up and do team drinking events, and we're Team Pink. So I got my pink shorts just came in today, and
You're on Team Pink.
Team Pink, yes. I rock pink. I love pink. You know, when I was wearing suit and ties, I always had a pink shirt and I'm all about it. But it was going to be either that or because it was the old folks team, we were either going to be pink or gray. So we got assigned pink, and I was
Yeah,
fine.
I don't like to do them group games.
I don't
picnics and
either, but
stuff.
again, I mentioned there's drinking involved, right? So
Yeah.
after a few belts, I won't care. And plus, all the Hispanics bring nice tequila, so I'll be drinking tequila shots with them and introducing myself. Hola, mi hablo el gringo grande. That usually gets a laugh and breaks the ice.
There you
So-
go. You got it all worked out.
Absolutely.
I'm bringing with me a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of vodka, some other fun adult things.
Well, why? Yeah, absolutely. If you're gonna travel, you gotta have some fun and do traveling right.
A book. Got me a book.
Yeah, books are great. I used to love to read, but after the end of the day, I'm kind of sick of reading. So
Yeah, well, when it's quiet enough,
yeah,
things
exactly.
don't. And it's so seldom quiet enough here anymore,
Yeah, well, you're at a great age with the kids. They're fun and energetic and loud, and someday it'll be. Geez, I wish there was a little noise. I'm not to that point yet. I'm still great with the quiet, but maybe, But I'm also clearly not going to get grandkids anytime soon. So
I love the quiet. I do. See, I'm fine like this.
you just sit there.
I could just sit here.
Yeah, I bet you could. Doesn't make for a very entertaining show for anybody, but we could do it.
No, probably not. Probably would not. Tony. Oh, Nanook.
Yes.
Sweet yellow. No. That is a great song.
Watch out where those huskies go.
Yes, I couldn't believe I told last week on Gmail. I told him he should do Muffin Man from Frank Zappa, and
Yeah.
he had no idea what the song was.
Yeah, no, he didn't know.
I lost this much respect for him.
Yeah, well, come on. And I'm not a Zappa fan at all, but I know that song.
But that song would be so good with his voice, and the particular way. All the covers he does, he has a particular piano attack.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually start a GoFundMe to get Chris a silent running.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to contribute to the Dyson fan for Chris in his office, that would be great.
Oh, if there's anyone out here right now who owns a Dyson fan, please tell me because I don't want to know you anymore.
Yeah,
That is Dyson.
A lot of hype.
Oh. And then they call it an air blade. It's an air blade.
Yeah.
Oh, F you, Dyson.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right. So let's just see.
No, you can keep it on, and we don't.
No,
bother
I'm just
us.
gonna turn it. I'm gonna turn it off for a minute. Just, you know what? A lot of it is it's the friggin' electrical noise.
Wow, man, that was really loud because it just got so friggin' peaceful.
Yeah. No.
That was incredibly loud.
Well,
was
this
like
is a
living
big
near
fan.
the
It moves a
freeway.
lot of air.
I would imagine I have to.
But my little fan is old and it is squeaky and clanks. So anyway, yeah, the AC when I get the office shut, it doesn't make it down tier. We got the AC running upstairs, but downstairs it's hot.
It doesn't get any, or it's only upstairs?
It just doesn't.
Oh, you don't have central? Is it just like a room?
No, it's kind of central, but it just doesn't make it into this office really very well.
Oh, your AC's in the
Yeah,
attic?
yeah, it's another part
Okay.
of the house. Yeah,
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. So ours is actually over there.
yeah. It's a
Mine's just a-
tri-level.
Yeah, the air handler is just beyond this curtain, so it is cold down here when it's
See,
running.
yeah, that's mine's out. So, main level's pretty good. Upstairs, little warm. Down here, a little warm. You know, cold air is supposed to sink, but it doesn't. It sinks to the other part of the downstairs. It doesn't make it into here. So anyway, now we've talked about my air.
Yeah, it's going to be a very awesome block party. So you guys, Clay, Chad. So who is going to be on it? I know. Michael Songs is going to be on, right? Tony Howie, Quincy Kane, right? Who else is going to be on?
Yeah, let us know if you boys want to come on and talk about it real quick. We'll shoot you a link and you can come on and promo, and because I think it's going to be pretty super spectacular.
Yeah, Chad, you want to come tell us about it?
Up to you. Don't have to, but
Hey, Feisty, what's going on?
good to see ya.
Lady, C.
I don't like Feisty's live streams, and I'll tell you why. Because she goes down by the river, and it's awesome, and I'm like, well, I want to go. I want to hang out by the river
It's
and
very scenic and
watch the.
picturesque.
Yeah, it really is pretty. So yeah, like makes me grumpy when I see him because that means I'm stuck in my office watching.
We
YouTube,
live for
not
stupid
outside.
questions, Heather. Tell us. We live for them. Why you keep doing that, man?
Well, because
Stop clicking on my click.
well, damn it, you're actually just now getting engaged with that. I've been running the click the whole time.
You've been consistently turning off my clicks. I've been noticing.
Well, because you're slow, old man. But ask away.
And we'll all remain silent until
Yes.
she asks her question.
Or we'll turn the fan back on.
Well, what's that? Do 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 do. We need Jeopardy music.
Doon 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 dun 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 dun. Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay. We
All right.
have been. Dom, you need to set this up. We have promised a special guest.
Yes. So, all right. Last week, well, obviously, we all know Sinead O'Connor passed away, 56 years old, right?
Yeah, that's
I'm 55.
terrible.
But anyway, I don't really care so much about her. Not like I'm happy or anything, but I don't know her. But me and Chris were talking. I'm like, it stinks that you have to die before people talk about you. So I'm like, we should do living memorials for people.
Yeah.
People that are really cool. We should celebrate how cool they are with them.
Yeah, while they're
So-
still alive, so they can
Yeah.
enjoy it.
So we reached out to, who someone we think is very, very, very cool. So way back in the day, like I've been around for like 2.5 years now, right?
Yeah.
Right about that.
Yeah, about that.
And we all had that person that kind of opened our eyes to bigger communities.
Yeah,
and
the
what
bigger
was going
community.
on,
There
you
were
know?
other people like us doing similar things, and
Yeah. So that's where I met Chris. That's where I met a lot of the people. It wasn't on YouTube, it was on Facebook.
right.
And back then, there was really only one person I knew at the time that was playing your music on back on Facebook, and that was Mr. Ron Ward. So tonight, yes, there is Mr. Ron
There he
Ward.
is, the
and he's with
man,
us.
the legend, Ron Ward. Everybody.
What
What's up,
is going
guys?
on, Ron?
Everything's cool, man.
That is
Cool.
a very fine beard you got there,
I
fellow.
was gonna say you're rocking the Santa look there, my
Yeah.
man.
Well, you guys aren't used to this, I guess, since I haven't been around. But I decided to let it grow until Christmas to see if I can pull off a good Santa here in the neighborhood. Ho, ho, ho!
You got the laugh there.
Great start. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, well, so thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. I have been meaning to come on the show for a long time, since Dom and Chris first started it up. But like I used to say on the show, life creeps in, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just so busy with so many things, and including creating, and you guys know how it is. You have to be a little selfish with your time,
You do.
or you're
used
not
to-
going to get jack shit done.
I have to be honest with you. I used to feel so bad for you because you were running ragged, man.
There's a lot
Like
of
you
shit
had
going
like
on.
3 live streams, and then you had like 2 video shows, and then your Patreon. And you're trying to. You were like burning the candle at like 16 different ends. So
Well, I think when you go into something, you got to do it hard.
true.
Unless it's just a passing fad for you. And I feel I got out of that so much learning, because I had to learn how to do things on the run, organize things on YouTube, and get my streaming things down and my audio things down. And really, the show forced me to put all that together, all
Right.
at once. So I had to learn it. And I knew recording okay, but even recording becomes a part of it. Well, the shows are about recording. And now that I've been, not doing the shows for months now, and I'm working on my own music and the memoir, I look back and I realize how much I fucking learned. Who's a 62-year-old guy who can, just make a track and release it on Spotify in 3 fucking days? I mean, I guess there are a lot of guys, and I'm no Rick Rubin or anything, but I do feel, like I learned some things. I'm making some ill beats now, man. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with my hip hop career.
I have been listening to some of them. Yes.
We might have to start doing just like in the rap community. We do, somebody will diss one guy, and then we'll have to have a beef rap. You would have to have like raps on these things.
Yeah, but it would be that would be funny. But instead of like threatening to kill each other, like we just make fun of like.
Oh, we
Stupid
just
thing
do the
about
Eminem kind of kill. Is like he just like plays. Like he talks about it, and then he has his bouncer kick your ass. Sorry.
So what? I mean, you probably. How long have you been gone? Almost.
know,
3
man.
months, right? About.
No,
Not
I
quite.
think more than that.
I can look, but if I go off of here, will it?
It'd be,
I know. I mean, I know it's a while because when Chris and I were first talking about doing this show, we were bouncing around. When can we do it? When can we do it? And then we landed on Thursday. It was like, well, I don't think Ron's streaming anymore. And then the week before our first show, Chris called me up. He was like, Ron's streaming.
Yeah, you hadn't been on for like a month, and like, oh, he
Yeah.
popped up. So, and again, we didn't
I
want to
think that was
step on
just a
anybody's
fluke.
toes. Yeah.
No, I absolutely understand what you mean by that, because I lived by that creed too, and I was streaming a lot. You know, doing stream even on hippies monster-sized streams. I kept on my own time, and those weren't the best time slots in the world, man. So I had to work those fuckers hard.
Yeah, no, it's 100%.
I mean, Wednesday morning? Are you kidding me? Fuck, I love the guys from Europe, though. You know.
Well, and that was great. Yeah, and you really served them well. I mean, the Wednesday morning ones for me, of like it was 3 a.m, so I was like, not gonna catch you, Ron. Love you, but
None of my American people would be there. Very few. But then you'd have guys like, Glitch and Auntie G,
right.
and all of those people over in like Scott Borthwick over there in Scotland. He's in Scotland, right? Scott Borthwick, you guys know him?
I'm not sure.
He's
Someplace.
somewhere. He's in the UK. I don't know if it's Scotland or if it's just in England. But obviously, Hugh Caldwell is in Scotland, and
Right on.
Heather,
so-
Heather, did you ever ask your stupid question?
I was looking for it and I didn't see it.
I did not see it.
Yeah.
I don't see the chat, guys, so you can just go wild with that if there is
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, it doesn't
I'm
come up for you?
Should be in the corner upper
It should-
right there,
it
Ron.
Should say you see comments.
Comments.
There it is. There it is.
Or
right
private,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, they may have moved. Well, you didn't use
No, Scott
StreamYard.
is
You used a
Scotland.
different. so
I
that's
have
why.
not been a guest very often. in people,
Correct.
So, the interface. But it's good. I see it now. I see right here. Feisty Feather.
Yeah.
My friend Feisty Feather right there. And Hugh Caldwell. What's going on, my bro?
Yeah.
That's excellent. This is cool, man.
No,
I'm
we've
glad you
got
guys asked me on. What have you been talking about?
Well, we've talked about We've talked about cheese.
Cheese
that's
a lot.
important.
Let me talk a lot about food.
We talk about food. We
Talk a
talked
lot
about
about
guitars.
food,
We talked about weekend plans and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
So this is a show. It's the Seinfeld of these kind of shows. Dom and I talk about nothing, and people come in the chat and they talk about
So-
nothing, and we have a great time together.
We all talk about pretty useless things.
Can I be Kramer?
Sure.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
my
please.
God! You gotta
Please.
be crazy. Yeah.
Dom's
yeah.
Elaine, right?
Oh, I'll be Elaine. Hold on one
most
second. We have some more friends.
Yes, we have some
So we
other guests.
have
real quick.
Mr. Chad Friedman, and
How's
we
it going?
have the conspiracy man himself.
What's going on?
What's going on, homies?
How you guys doing?
Very
We're
good yourself.
good.
Look, we
Hey,
got our
right?
relic. Oh, very nice. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it, Clay. It's very nice.
That's the
Beautiful
SWA
man.
T-shirt, right on.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Hey,
How you doing? That's a
conspiracy.
fabulous looking beard, Ron.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
isn't it awesome?
It's
Ron-
Ron is looking very stylish. Love
very
the hair
stylish.
and the beard.
The most interesting man
Thank you.
in the world.
Yeah. Ron's got
Yeah,
it going
great to
on.
meet you in person, Ron. We
Oh,
exchanged messages, but never actually been on a panel or anything.
Right on, right on. I recognize you.
Hold on a second.
From your group, right?
Yeah.
Right
The,
on.
Wait, hold on.
headphones
You are
and
Feisty Feather is locked out of her house.
Oh man.
You had no power for 2 days, trying to break in without causing the least damage to the screen.
The screen is cheap. You can just slice it. However, if you have a knife, most screens are put in with a little rubber grommet. That's what holds it in the metal frame. And if you can find the corner of that and pull it out, you can just remove the screen without damaging anything, and then you can put it back together later.
You
So
have
there
a
you go.
husband.
Not a dumb
Just-
question, and I know the answer to
Yeah,
this.
you have a husband. Just take out the damn screen and get inside.
Take
Yeah.
the hinges off.
Yeah, get in how you need to get in, but it's possible to do it without damaging it. But
Hey, so
you can,
guys,
yeah.
if you talk about food on this, you want to hear about my food story from last night?
oh,
Absolutely,
please.
we do.
So, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my wife calls me. She works, and I work in a studio. It's a good arrangement. She actually works real work, and I sit around and play with colored strips on my DAW. So I'm sitting there, and she calls me. She goes, "Hey, my friend's sister died, and so we got to go to the funeral tonight." So I'm like, okay, I hadn't really planned to do it. I got track going on, but I don't want to be a mean asshole. So I go, okay, I'll go with you. So we go to the funeral, and all of these things really are, because she just died yesterday. The body's laid out. You go to their house. It's at their house, man. So you go to their house, a Vietnamese house, and the body's laid out with all of this Buddhist, decorations and stuff around it. But there are these tables sitting outside where people are drinking tea and eating like peanuts and stuff. So my wife goes in to see the body. I don't want to go in, because you have to do certain things. It's like being Catholic. I was a Baptist, and I never liked to go to Catholic church with my friends because there was like some kind of
Yeah, sit, stand, kneel.
a routine and stuff, right? So I didn't. It's the same thing in Vietnam, So I don't go in, and then of course after the little funeral saying goodbye to the sister, there's an immediate wake. So it's just it celebrates the person's life, but these fuckers love to party over here. And so it's almost like any excuse. So we go to this restaurant, and it's like, where did we go? It was like right out on the street, and they bring these delicious dishes, man. They had these oysters with cheese, and they were baked. And then they have these chicken's feet that are roasted crispy. And then they had all this normal stuff like fried rice and everything like that. So I had a culinary experience, too many beers, came home, and that's why I was a little late for the stream. I just got up.
Passed
So
out.
these guys party, and sometimes you'll go to a funeral, and it's they'll be partying right at the funeral, man. I mean, people in the States would be appalled.
Yeah, we have a more somber approach.
We are, and we have wakes, but we kind of separate it up. But guys, that's what I like about this country. They're so laid back, man. I mean, they have their things that don't fuck with certain things, right, in their customs, but they just cut each other a lot more slack than people usually do. So anyway,
Me and my friends don't go to funerals or plan funerals. We all are in agreement. We do celebrations of life
yeah.
and celebrate life and not the funeral. You know what I mean?
That's good. I told my wife, man, people who do funerals and then it's really for the living people.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I think, like,
Or
my
for the
mom,
families
my
of them.
my dear mother is still with us. 86 years old, and she has exactly what she wants to happen at her funeral. So some people do think about that.
Oh yeah, my mother had all hers planned out. Like when
Yeah.
she passed away, there was a folder with all her arrangements, everything she wanted, and
I mean, maybe I'll feel different and
Well,
have the same thing in 20 years.
I'm like Willie Nelson, man, and Snoop Dogg. Roll me up and smoke me when I die. Fuck it. I'm gonna be cremated, and if they want to put my urn up because they have altars here, in everybody's house they have an altar. We got two. We got one for Buddha and one for the family. So, and you got pictures up there. You got every 1st and 15th of the lunar month, you got to put fruit, flowers, and light up incense to your. I think it's a cool thing because I'm a Buddhist here. I mean, I follow some Buddhist things because my wife is Buddhist and I live in a Buddhist country. But really, I just see the whole thing of we're going to go on and on somehow, but I don't necessarily believe in the deity. But then the altar that they have for your family, I think it's really good to honor your family, like lighting up incense and their faces are looking out at you once a month or something like that. So my dad, my grandparents can remind me of what a loser I've turned out to be.
Well, I know in our in my house, kind of like I made an altar to my parents. So my mother, always all her life, she collected. They're called tassel dolls. It's like these porcelain like face dolls, but like really fancy like Barbie gowns and stuff, but it's just like on a metal rod. So like I have one shelf of like me and my sister like picked out different dolls, and then I have like stuff for my dad when he was in the army, and then I had back in the day, my mother worked for Estee Lauder. It was like a perfume company. And she used to steal all these. They used to come out like on Christmas, like men's cologne. And it's like one of them's like a pistol. It looks like a old revolver. I have one that's a train, one that's a deer.
Yeah.
Talking about,
A hundred and a bunch of
Collectible
them.
decanters, yeah.
Yes. So when my dad passed away, I was like, Jewel, I have to. I don't care about any of Dad's. I have to have these because all my life, anytime you go into the bathroom, they were always there. So I have like one shelf of her, one shelf of him, because don't really get a chance to go to the cemetery. My mother's in Florida. My father's way out on Long Island. So yeah, it's like my own like little memorial for him there.
I get you. It's useful, and yeah. So hey, what's everybody been doing musically? I know this isn't strictly a music show, but
We talk about that.
I haven't been around for a while.
Well, that's it. And, let me take a second and give you props because you really gave a lot of us a start doing this. The first video that I ever had, music, when I had SoundCloud, you played it and, gave me a little feedback and gave me the confidence to, hey, somebody actually kind of wants to listen to this shit.
I remember when you were first starting out, but I didn't see why you were reticent about it because everything you wrote was good. Now your recordings got a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone's
starting
did.
out. Yeah, and that's kind of where it was. But you gave us a forum to do that and grow, and I am grateful. And I know a lot of people feel that way, Ron.
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
that's-
I'm trying to
thank
think back. So I remember, so it was Ron. I met Chris there. Scott was there in the way beginning. Joe Liberty.
Yeah, Jude Capana.
Jude Capana. There was a bunch of us.
There's a lot of guys.
And not just that, Ron, I started hosting when you went to YouTube. I hosted a lot of your shows with you.
Yeah.
That's what got me liking doing this.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys always had a fun show. You always had
oh,
something
God, yeah.
smart to say.
Yeah.
I did it for fun, man. After a while, I love the people, I love the music, and I still do. I hope people don't think that I'm like I left in a huff or something, and I'm, not in the community. But the reality of it is, I'm still there, with the same passion for the music, but I just got kind of bored of streaming all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and you were doing it
it
a
was-
lot, so you
It was even, yeah, and so I'm kind of like that, I just burn through something, and so I learned so much from it. So now, if I need to make a video or whatever, I can just do it so quickly because of all of that intense learning that I was doing right then.
Right.
So, but I thank you guys for, recognizing the show back in the day. I even thought about taking down that channel, because I'm not doing much there. But I'm going to leave it up there to help
Yeah,
me.
leave it on.
help
Well, I hope so,
advertise.
because there's a lot for a lot of us. I think there's a lot of tremendous memories there, and they're just
Yeah.
and they're fun shows.
They're
You know,
fun.
they were
No,
always
your shows
entertaining.
are always fun. My God, you're
Oh,
hysterical.
yeah. And when it stopped being fun for me, also, things get a little tense. Not everybody in the community is happy and,
Yes, I mean,
easy going.
yeah,
And even some of the big, players are not that easy to be around sometimes. So I just
yeah.
never had any kind of conflict. I just, wow, it's about time. Other stuff was going on in my life too. Right then, my wife opened a clothing shop.
Right. And you became
right,
a
and
stock boy.
Right, and so now, now I'm the
that's-
dog. I'm the dog watcher. is
It
what
always
I am.
comes down to why hasn't Clay been streaming? Well, because his wife got another job and he has to move. Well, that's whenever we disappear. Generally, it's because our wives make us.
Right. So, but it
But
did
thank
give
God
me,
for that.
It gave me
Yeah.
a chance to, because, it wasn't like my studio time. Yeah, I can move it around.
Right. Yeah. it gives
So
you
I
some-
Take it easy, D. Michael.
I rearranged my day, so now I have like set times for writing because I'm writing a book,
right.
and set times for music. And I still run that channel, Strange Machine on YouTube, and I start a lot of songs there, and if it sounds like a good song, I finish it. So I did a whole album of, an EP of those songs last month, and I got 2 more. I don't know if did you guys see my vampire video?
I did.
did-
I absolutely
not.
love it.
It's great.
Absolutely
Yeah,
love it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
I'm
There you
glad
go.
you like it, man. I mean, I was so bored, and I refused to do stock videos, from like Pixels or something anymore.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it, man. So I did that for a long, couple years, and I'm like, oh, no. If I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna have something cool. And then suddenly, I've been watching AI for a while. I did not do Mid Journey when it first came out, but I watched what Jade had to say about it, right? And I was watching it. Then I watched a video on this program called Kyber, and I bought it the same day because it was exactly what I wanted to do. It was exactly what I was trying to do. Get something. Not quite a movie, of course, or even real people, because recording yourself is okay too, but it has, I did a whole lot of that for years, and that becomes, especially the green screen and all that.
Yeah.
So this thing, of course, you guys know what it is. You put in a prompt, and it comes out with a video, and you can use it with another program if you want that makes stills that sets the tones for your videos, but I had a
Yes,
hell of a lot of
interesting
fun
tech.
doing that. Yeah, it's fun. You have to be careful with it. And if you look at that video, it's just like, it's just a little bit of eye candy. But I did have some vampire girls in lingerie at the end. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
I guarantee Chad noticed. I guarantee.
Like I said, I saw it. I loved it. I put it on
Chad's
my
going to be
playlist.
noticing intently
for
later
Saturday.
tonight. Just saying.
Yeah, no, really cool. I love the AI videos like that. Really well done.
Thanks. Well, was my first try. Actually, I tried one earlier one. I think this was better, but I like, in general, you know, I like the music that I'm doing right now. I used to do guitar-based music more, you know, just like guitar, 4-string bass, and then, you know, I did a lot of music like that and worked with people. And then 2 years ago, for some fucking reason, I just wrote Tux T-shirt. And I don't know why. I was fucking stoned. I remember I was walking up into this room and I was just like totally buzzing, and I just started going Tux T-shirt, Tux T-shirt, and then I sat down and wrote a song. But I think it was the influence of a couple of guys in the group, in the GarageBand users group at the time. Mm-hmm. Remember, Chris, when they used to do like beat challenges and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. I learned a lot about beats then, and making beats. And then Jude Capano was in a phase of his creative journey where he was using some hip hop beats in his rock songs, right? Fusion. So that's what that one was. That Tux T-shirt is a hip hop beat, and then for some reason I heard a funk guitar over it, so I played funk guitar over that one riff over the whole thing. It doesn't change. That's the extent of my guitar playing. But yeah, so after that, I just started liking that genre more and more, and now I am working on an album which is acoustic guitar stuff that I've written over the last year or so, but it's so easy to just get on the synth and get on Logic, you know, and use the arpeggiator or some of those bass presets to make a fucking song, and like you make a song in an hour, and then you got to arrange it and all that. But anyhow, I hope you guys are as happy in your musical space right now as I am.
Yeah, I think it's been, interesting journey. I'm having a great time, writing. Dom kind of got me into playing live, which, and recall my story, that's what I was doing. I was playing in church every Sunday, and then I couldn't do that anymore, and so I stumbled into the community. And so now I'm kind of back to playing live, but in a very different way than I did before, and that's cool. And, the juices are flowing, and it's all good. And, Clay and Chad have their show every Friday night, which is just a banger show. All kinds of great artists from literally all over the world, kind of what you had done, but now it's writ large, and you pioneered that concept, and now it's really happening. And, we invited Chad and Clay on to just talk a little bit about the show this Friday, because it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
So say your piece, boys. Tell everybody what you're doing on Friday.
Well, it's the last Friday of every month. We do the community block party, where we fill up a panel of 8 people, and we stream to all of their channels at the same time. And it's all people from the community. Some of them are first-time streamers. Some of them are pros. And then throughout the night, we'll have live guests popping in at random as well.
Yeah,
and
so see if you ever get bored, Ron, you can just pop on one of these live streams. When they do this block party, just tune in from Ho Chi Minh City and say, "Hey, remember me?"
Oh
You're
yeah,
always
definitely.
welcome here, Ron.
Definitely.
You're always welcome here. Everywhere. That's the one thing, is right about the time you needed to take a break. Like, it definitely changed a little bit. So it's a lot more. Most thanks go to Clay. It's a lot more interconnected now. Like when you were doing it, was like there was this show and that show and that show, and now it's a lot freer, that they just shift from, like, I'm always on Clay's show, Chad and Clay are always coming here, and it's a lot more.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot more like Law and Order doing their crossover episodes.
Dun, dun.
Well, I look at it like, the community that I have with my channel is fine for my community, my community, but the community as a whole is so much bigger. So if we opened up everybody's community and just made it one giant, huge indie community, people's music would get, would go a lot farther than it would in just my little pocket of YouTube, you know. So
Oh,
it's just
great.
about
That's
getting
great,
it, stretching
man.
it, stretching it out as far and as wide as
It's
we
like the
possibly
universe
can.
expanding. We need
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson to explain it to us after a while, because it starts getting too big. Well, I was not great with the tech of it, right? So I taught myself right when I started retiring about how to do audio. Nobody to teach me, but you got millions of videos and things, right? But even when I was, after I'd been streaming a long time, when I'd get a guest or 3 people on, it would end up being all fucked up. So, and I guess it just kind of, I did have guests on, but I wasn't the guy who was going to go, all right, let's have 10 different shows streaming from this,
Yeah.
platform. And that wasn't a factor in me stopping the shows.
No,
that was
I don't know.
it was just part of it that
But-
started to become, not, because Ecamm is what I use, and it's different than what a lot of people used, and
Right.
it wasn't as compatible. It's great to stream. I love Ecamm. I still use it for recording. But yeah, well, good on you, Conspiracy Man. I saw your shows when I was right there at the end streaming, and I just hope. My show was a little bit ultra positive. And I did not plan it that way. That fucking show just turned out to be that way, because I'm not that way. Really.
Well, I mean,
The show, that's what people wanted, the show where nobody said anything bad about their song. They wanted to feel good. They wanted it to be like when they're watching cartoons when they're a kid. It's like, boom, everything's good. And I said, well, fucking hell, I'll do that. And really, if I would be more like Joe Rogan if I was a real person, But and I don't say that in any kind of a negative way. It was a wonderful show. Positivity is good, but I wonder how it is when you get 4 or 5 different shows with differing degrees of, attitudes in the shows.
Well, you find the ones you want to be on. Like your show was born from GarageBand. GarageBand users, and GarageBand users group is the single most positive
It's positive.
Facebook group I've ever been in.
That's a
and
good,
helpful.
Zero question.
So that your audience came to that, so that's why it always stay that way. And I'd say for the most part, most of the shows are very positive. Like, no, we're not. It's not a critical show. It's not meant to critique. It's meant to celebrate
showcase.
music as
Okay,
a whole.
well then that's
know.
what I kind of help start out. But
Yeah.
we should also recognize that Thomas Christ was doing it before me.
Yeah.
Like he had his own live show, but then he
The live
started
show,
doing
yeah.
shows,
Right.
With people's music a little bit even before me. So I gladly accept, everybody's at least acknowledgement of what happened
I
on
don't
my
think
show.
he-
But Thomas Christ, man,
I'll be right back.
he's the unsung hero in a way.
I don't think Thomas Christ was playing other people's music before you.
Well, around the same time.
Pretty similar. And again, positive. And I'll point out, especially when I first got to know you, it was a pretty negative time in the world. So that piece of positivity that was the show and celebrating one another's music was just what the doctor ordered for most of us. That got us through that crappy period in 2020, 21.
Yeah, I didn't stop streaming during COVID. I was locked in myself. When I actually got COVID, I stopped for 2 shows
Yeah.
because I needed it. Well, it's something that I didn't mention. It's something that I needed that show during that period of my life, and even before the garage. When I was streaming in Facebook before those blankety blanks, you know, you can't. God damn, man. Well, they're you know, they're, what do you call them? Those the bots that find your songs. If it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you call those? Like those bots that'll find your song if they think it matches up with somebody else's copyright.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
the
they
copyright
kicked-
bots. Yeah.
They forced me off of Facebook.
Yeah.
No, I remember that.
What the fuck was I talking about?
Now there's
Exactly
the
that.
Ron.
There's
we
the
missed.
Ron we
There
know.
he is.
No, really.
Yes.
What the fuck was I talking about?
Well, we were.
It doesn't matter.
So the thing is that with all of the music shows, they are pretty positive, and I think that's part of the charm of it anyway. It's about celebrating the music. You know, it's not about critiquing it. It's more of just lifting up what, you know, is there and sharing it.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, there
listen-
are. I've been on some of those shows,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
critiquing shows. I'm like, you know, my thing is you critique up until the point someone says it's done. Once they say it's done, this is the way they want it.
Right.
Who's to criticize? You know,
My-
it's,
Yeah.
My idea of it was when I was listening to
Uh-oh.
What
Ronnie
happened?
lock up on us. I think
Uh-oh.
Ronnie vapor
he's got
locked.
the lockjaw.
Is he an AI? Is that what's going on?
Possibly.
It's a hologram.
It's just smoke start coming like wire puffs out of his head. Up.
Okay. Hey, you got to unmute, Ron. You're back, but unless you got this, you got a loop. Yeah, I think he's got a loop. He's trying to find his loop.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Clay, who is going to be on this week?
Well, we lost
I
Clay for a
think
minute.
he's gone, so I can go over that.
Chad,
So,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at you and I said Clay.
Well, the exciting one is Tony Howie. So,
Right? Do we get him fixed?
yes,
Okay.
yes, he
Did
is.
Clay
all
do it in
fixed.
like 3 minutes?
Yeah, I believe so. Because Clay messaged me. I was like, "Hey, have you dealt with that yet?" And then he messaged me, and he's like, "Man, Tony Howie sounds so great. This is going to be so wonderful."
good.
So
Oh,
yeah,
very
I think
cool.
it was a quick thing.
Good
And,
stuff.
and then of course, Lady Campion is the other,
Nice. Yeah.
really great draw for the Friday show. But then Henry, I don't know if is it MCG or is it
Yep.
McG?
Yeah, MCG.
It's not McG. Okay.
No.
So that's a friend of Clay's that he's like an amazing guitarist, right?
Yeah, he's one that you guys maybe have seen his videos that just graduated to Steve Vai Academy.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I've seen that one where he played on stage with him, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very cool.
Then
Sorry.
we got Quincy Kane,
Quincy's
Yeah, we
got
know
which
him.
that
Quincy.
guy is
Yeah,
a
he is
badass. I
awesome.
was hanging out in his live stream earlier, and that
Mm-hmm.
dude can fucking shred. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. And
He
sing
can
at the
play.
same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He is so fantastic. Yeah, and all thanks to Dom having him on his show, basically, that I snatched him into the Facebook group and was like, had to start playing him because I instantly just fell in love with.
Yeah, that was a
his-
good show.
Yeah, he rocks.
Yeah, well, that's and then you got Michael Songs.
And Michael
Michael?
Songs.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited about that too. He is
Yeah.
such a cool
Yeah.
guy. I got
He's
to meet
very
him
cool.
last week on this. Was it this show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on this
Yeah,
show.
with
Last
their
week.
show.
Yeah, he
That's
was
to
an
say
awesome
that
guy. Yeah, him
he
and Maria.
came up.
I like Maria.
He came up
him.
on last week's open mic, and then he went that on Thursday. And then we were like, "You have to come to G-May," and then he spent the whole night on G-May with
Yeah,
us.
he was a warrior.
And then he and Maria hung out. We all hung out afterwards.
Yeah, he streamed 5 shows last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
Yeah,
was
that's hardcore.
all over the place.
God bless him.
So yeah, and then of course Jack Hunter, his big return to any sort of streaming, which we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, it could be a train wreck, and people like that.
You got to have
It's-
a little.
Jack's
spark
always
in there.
fun until he's not.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. That's
I'm excited though. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's gonna be
excited
good.
too.
gonna be good.
Plus, who knows might show up. Who might show up?
you
and
never know.
Hop up and play.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
check the,
Also, I was going to say we already have next month's booked. We are working on booking ahead of time so that we can announce the next month's, and we've got a promo for that, and that one is going to be exciting too. So, if you want to be a part of the block party, you got
These guys
to
are
get
working
on
it.
quick.
right on.
So.
Good luck with you guys' shows.
Yeah, too
Hey,
lazy.
well, I got to pop out, guys.
Okay.
I-
Well,
I
we
can't
just
stay
we
very
wanted
long.
to have you on, Ron, just to let everyone know that you're alive and well, and you're working on this book, which I can't wait for you to finish, and you're doing your music, and you didn't go anywhere. So we wanted to celebrate you and make sure that nobody forgot about you in the last couple months.
I'm good. Well, Dom goes, well, Ron, we want to memorialize these people. And I go, I ain't dead yet, motherfucker. Look at me. I just got a beard.
And
Jesus.
I said, well, you're kind of
Fucking
close.
God damn. Hey, baby, I'm going to go as long as I
Well,
can.
it's true,
Don't
you know.
forget it.
We'll
I
make sure-
appreciate because you're a year older than me, Ron. So you are the elder statesman of this group.
Well,
So-
Tom, he's starting to fall apart, man. We better watch out when you
Yeah.
get up to that age. I'm
I
just
was
you
gonna
know
say,
what?
make sure to say something bad about Chris and Dom in your book. So
I'm gonna. Well,
Yeah,
get this.
yeah,
I'm using Chat GPT to help me write, and
I love ChatGPT.
Oh my
and
God.
people go, oh, it's going to be a fake book. Then it's like, no, man, you don't get it. It just empowers you to write so much faster,
Right.
And then you edit it. Of course, you edit it. But yeah, I'm working on that. I got some real shit to say about Dom, and a few smears about Chris Lane.
Obviously.
That
these
would
guys,
be-
conspiracy and Chad.
Oh,
You guys
I'm
are all
I'm
fucked.
Who would not read a slander book about people in the community?
Yeah.
Oh
Well-
my God, it would be a bestseller. That
I'm
would be
gonna
hysterical.
Write that part of it, but maybe that's a good idea. If you wrote the exact fucking truth about it all, you'd have to lawyer up.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I will,
Okay, guys, I got to split.
All right, Ron.
I'm
Thanks for
so
coming
glad
on.
Great
you
seeing
asked
you,
me
bro.
on. Yeah, I'll pop in now and then. Good luck with
right.
everything you guys
all
are doing.
right.
All right,
Thanks,
you're
my
always
man.
Hello to
buddy.
everybody
Thanks,
out in the audience that I know. And if you don't know me, if this is the first time you ever saw me, I'm
Go-
glad you get to see me.
Yeah,
all right?
go check out his links. All right, Ron Ward, everybody.
Right.
Thanks for coming on, bud.
See you.
Later on.
Here's the link for his Strange Machine channel.
Yeah, check him out. Ron is
Yeah,
Ron is an
there's
gonna
OG
be a
of the
video.
community.
No.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, for us, he's like Rick James of indie music.
Yeah,
He's Ron Ward, bitch.
Yep.
exactly
Yeah,
right.
because it was Ron. For us, it was
Well
Ron
done.
Ward before we knew about Metalhead Hippie.
Yeah, we didn't know. I didn't.
Oh,
know
that's
we-
right. Gary was an original too. In
Oh,
GarageBand.
absolutely. So
Yeah, so I was going to say August's block party is already booked. We had an idea, and then I went to vacation, and Chad's like, "Hey, we're good. It's all set, pretty much."
They'll need
I
you.
was like, "Sweet," but I don't want to give it away. But I'm freaking excited about this.
Okay.
Cool.
It's going to be good. Yeah, I mean they're all amazing. They just keep getting
Right.
better and better. But yeah, this one's a little special. Next one
tomorrow
will be a little
night,
special.
everybody, and I will thank Clay for really damping down my music production, because before
Yeah.
I drink a little whiskey and I'd write songs, and now I just watch his show. And then I try and write when the show's over, and I'm either like, oh no, I heard that on the show, I can't play that. Oh shit, I heard it on the show, and then it's like, I'm too drunk. Well, I guess I'm going to bed. But it's a
I was
great
going to
show.
say for September's show, by the way, there's already 3 spots that are probably filled. So that would mean 3 spots are open. So if anybody
Yeah.
definitely wants to do that show, they need to get on quick. And we already got somebody wanting them on the October show.
I
So
know.
Development of a Void wants on the October show already.
Well, it's because it can be a costume party, man.
Right,
At least
right.
I plan on wearing a costume during that
Yeah.
Cool.
party. So
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll come on that one and come as I really because I mean it's going to come out in Ron's book anyway, so I just might as well tell you before I lawyer up.
Yeah, you're
I'm
free.
actually bald. I actually look
Good wig in
like
it.
the horror,
Mr. Clean. This is an amazing. This is a $2,000 wig. You know, you see it blows in the hair realistically in the when I got the fan on. But yeah, I'm actually completely bald. This is actually a face toupee.
I was gonna say, if you paid $2,000 for a head of hair like that, you're not just bald, you're pretty damn stupid.
Says the guy who's wearing a hat because
I ain't claiming nothing. Well, I don't want anyone to see my shiny forehead.
Well,
You got-
I just got to say this with all the different splits that have been happening with the various shows. I hope you two don't have that split, and of course, I hope me and Clay don't have that split.
No,
but
God,
I'm just putting that
we
out
love
there.
hanging out with one
Positivity.
another. Me and his
No, I think
five
we're
head.
good.
Yeah.
I think me and Chad are solid. We kind of
Yeah.
gotta, we got a goal.
Yeah, we're good together. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
it.
100%.
You two
We're
work
not
good
assholes.
together, and you were fun to hang out with and watch.
Well,
so.
Chris and I only do the show because we did it all the time. So we was let's just broadcast it.
we were
So-
doing this for hours, and it's like, what the hell? We'll just put it on live, and everybody can listen to us talk back and forth about.
We
cheese
started
and-
when other people were doing shows. I'm like, I can't just sit there and type shit out. So like we'd meet in a room. There you go. You look fucking
awesome.
You guys like my hair?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I'm glad you let it grow out. It looks good, man.
Believe
That's
I
what
got all
happened.
that
He went-
tucked under this hat?
Yeah, he went on
Impressive.
vacation, came back like that.
That hat didn't look that big. But, that must have been hot. in
That's what
Arizona,
happens
bro.
when you see the Grand Canyon for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Right?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
For real.
If you guys have never
Wow.
been to the Grand Canyon and you're watching the show, presumably you're Americans, go to the friggin' Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
This country is full of great things to see, and people don't avail themselves to it. The Grand Canyon
Wow.
is beyond spectacular.
So I walked up to the ledge. Mather's Point is where we stopped our first
Yep.
stop. I walked up to the ledge and just looked down, and you keep looking down and keep looking down and keep looking down and keep looking down, and way down there is the tiny little Colorado River.
Yes.
It was pretty intense. And then, we took the whole south rim to the east gate, so we stopped in like 8 different lookouts and just went out and looked. And a lot of them lookouts don't have a gate, so you can actually just walk up right to the fucking edge. And I learned a few things. 900 people have either been killed or disappeared since the early 1900s. And another thing I learned, 47 people die on average every year from lightning strikes,
Really?
and hundreds others are injured.
Oh, the lightning at the Grand Canyon is, well, again, I'm a Western guy. Now, of course, I know you live in Utah. Lightning kills people left and right out here because you're high. Here I'm a mile closer than most everybody else in the nation, and you can get zapped really easy. And the Grand Canyon, because it's open and there's not really trees, you are the highest point there.
I found a Sasquatch too.
Oh, see? There you go.
Did you find a Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Do
carved this for me.
Sasquatches wear boots?
He carved this likeness of himself for me.
a
Sasquatch
willow.
do not wear boots, but that may be an upcoming show.
You never know.
Speaking of that, Sunday is the big closing debate about
I know you
fairies.
said, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be away.
Yes,
But I could
this
be
will be
listening.
a chapter that will be good to be closed.
I just published
because
a
it
short
just
on
let's
it just now.
call it what it is. This has divided our community, and I'm about bringing people together, not
Right.
separating
Okay, now-
them by boots and no boots. That's
Now,
just
I'm-
me.
I'm thinking the next one after this may be Elvis sightings. Are they real or are they fake? And I think we can get the community involved in that one next. Because I've seen some pretty
Yeah.
clear pictures of Elvis at the Circle K putting gas in his car.
Well, I just say the king lives.
I'm
So we'll
pretty
see.
sure 2 years ago Elvis sold me a Slim Jim at a Circle K. I mean, I can't say for certain, but man, just it sure I think it sure looked like Elvis, and it
The
sounded,
truth is out there.
and I gave him exact change, and he said thank you
Oh,
very
Clay,
much.
now you
So-
said that you have to make like an intro promo with the X-Files music. Do-do-do-do-do. You know?
Oh, that might be a good one, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what the next topic's going to be, but maybe I'll put something out on the
It's
community
got to
post
be dumb.
asking. It's got to be dumb and it's got to be
It's
funny.
got to be dumb. Yeah. It's gotta-
And
If
it
we
has
can't
to
laugh
divide
at it.
us. It has to divide us.
Yeah, if we can't laugh about it, then YouTube will probably shut us down. So
Yeah, I have to laugh.
can't get too real. There were some people that I asked, "Hey, you want to be part of this conspiracy show I'm going to start up?" And they were like, "No, I take that way too serious, bro. It wouldn't be a good fit for me."
Yeah.
Well, at
Like,
least
but
they
it's
know.
just for fun. He's like, "I know, but seriously, I can't do it."
Fair enough, See?
Yeah, there's nothing
It's
I
been
take
fun.
that serious.
This whole fairies wear boots. I've had a blast with it.
Well, that's good. Again, we should have some fun.
And
Why
I
so
think
serious?
this Sunday, I have a special guest lined up that's going to come and give his perspective on the debate. So it's a famous person, and yeah, he will show up and
Very good.
give us his opinion. He's a
An
very
authority on the
well-known
topic?
streamer, and he's very controversial streamer at that. So
Well, okay, there you go. You heard
Well,
it here, folks. See, that's why we invited them up to let you guys know what's going on in the upcoming weeks in our little community.
Sounds cool. Tuesday, Chris will be me.
Yes, Tuesday, Dom is gone, and so I will be playing the role of Dominic Torregrossa. So I'm dyeing my beard black, and
Baseball cap.
and cutting off all my hair, and going bald. Baseball cap. You know.
Fuck you.
Oh, I'm
And, you,
sorry.
and you'll play any of the songs on his list?
God no. I don't. I think I know two, maybe.
No, you should. You should just
That
people
would
pick
actually
a
be
song,
funny
and
as
whatever
hell.
comes out comes out.
And butcher it.
That would be so damn funny.
That-
And just
well,
before and after every song, look and say, "This is Dominic Torregrossa."
I forgot how to play this.
That's funny.
Yeah, oh God, now I haven't even thought about that. I hadn't gotten that far, honestly, on the show prep. But I've purposely, when I see people play live stuff, even if I like the song, it's like, well, that guy plays this song, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to learn it. So, I know Dom's list and everything, and again, there was a couple songs on there. They're great songs, and I love them, but I hadn't learned them to play them or anything because he plays them. So, yeah,
You
maybe I
can
got a little
still
work
play
to
them.
do. Well, we say that. I
They're
got a
not
couple days
mine.
to learn them.
They're not. Yeah, that's right.
hey,
They're
and,
not
and
mine.
one thing about tomorrow's show, this should make Mr. Smith pretty happy. I think I will actually be going out in stereo instead of mono.
Really?
Hey, there
Now,
you
Mr.
go.
Smith's been telling me about this for a while.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
I, know
I
it
think
bugs Smitty.
I think what I did it correctly, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow if he.
What did
like,
you have to
Holy
do?
shit! You're coming in stereo.
Through StreamYard?
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
It was Tony Howie helped you fix that, right?
normally I was just coming through from my guitar pedal to my mixer in mono, so I
Mhm.
added the second cable to it. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
so it should
that
be
could
coming through in
happen.
stereo.
Cool.
All right. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And
That's
on that
pretty
Tuesday
neat.
show, that's going to be Axe, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
Axe
the
and Nacho.
co-host will be
Mhm.
Axe, perhaps
Oh, hell
Nacho.
yeah.
Axe for sure.
Yeah.
And Axe is always entertaining. Add Nacho.
Right.
Everybody loves
They-
nachos, right? So
they are the
Right.
entertainers.
Yeah.
They
Nachos
are-
goes with everything. Yep. Makes
they're
everything better.
the two of them together are hilarious because their little married asides are a scream. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, he's got some OBS skills as well, which is fun.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
yeah.
Yeah.
They'd just be
Uh-huh.
sitting there, and all of a sudden, another one of him will just walk by.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
And
good.
well,
Yeah.
I think they do live streams Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mondays
They are
and
doing.
Wednesdays now,
They
right?
have
Yeah.
set a time. They've put their stake in the sand, and yeah, they're
Isn't
doing
it?
Mondays
Isn't
and
it funny? It's
Wednesdays.
like not long ago he was like, "Oh no, we just pop up."
Right.
I'm like, yeah, that's why no one watches
Yeah.
because we don't know when the hell you do it. And then
Well,
and
that's
like
it.
that, that's two things we said, right? And then last time when he was on, when he played on our show, Chris was like, ask him about playing original
Originals.
songs. And what's like the first thing he played when he went to G-May's show?
was an original,
An
and it
original.
was an amazing.
And it was
I'm
really
like,
good
Way
song.
to go, bro! So yeah, holy shit! You know what this means, Dom? People actually listen to us.
Yeah.
OMG! What the hell are they thinking? I mean,
Choke up on that.
yeah, I mean, why-
Hey, that's only because they don't hear what
People
we
are
talk about after the
foolish.
stream ends.
Yeah. And I was going to say also, Axe will be on next Saturday on my show. I'm doing my rap themed
Oh, yeah.
edition.
very good.
Oh, okay.
Axe is going to be, I guess, doing some loops, doing maybe some mashups with raps and some raps. Not sure if Nacho's going to be there or not, but also Scarlet Star will be there. Marvelous Mook will be there, and Snot the Rocket. So I've got all of them.
Nice.
It's mostly going to be panel discussion, but with a bunch of videos of indie
Nice.
rap artists. So
I dropped the mic.
Chris disappeared.
Where'd he go?
I came back. I dropped my pencil. I'm doing the Carson thing on the desk. where
I
got
do
the
not
pencil
do any
with-
rap covers.
No, I don't do rap.
Acoustic
No.
rap. That'd be pretty cool.
I unwrap a candy bar
I've,
every once in a while.
I've got a
but-
rap acoustic, a couple of them actually. That are gonna
Yeah.
be that I'm going to be sharing. So yeah,
My thing, I could barely speak a normal cadence sentence. I can't string all them words together.
Yeah, there's no effing way.
Yeah.
I don't think so, Charlie. Not
Yeah.
that I've seen, but I'm usually working, so
I'm sure someone does, Charlie.
yeah.
yeah,
Someone
probably
streams
somebody somewhere.
Are you
Yeah,
looking
exactly.
for another date, Charlie?
Yeah, Fridays at noon might be good.
No, she's 2:00. Valerie.
Yeah, Valerie comes on later. So, well, noon your time, Charlie, in California is going to be like 11 here, and Valerie comes on 2 our time here. So I think that's open if you want to take a whack at that. And then you're still doing the Michael Jackson show after the rap show, and then it's the Britney show, right? Or do I have that?
Yeah,
order
so
wrong?
the Michael Jackson's at the end of the month. Yeah, the
Okay.
26th, and yeah, so the Britney's not until December. So
Okay.
but yeah, I've got a grunge show coming up in September.
Yeah, okay. That's
That'll
it.
be the
Yes.
next.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm in. I'm in on that. one.
Okay.
Who's that? Red Bloom? Is it Red Bloom? Or is it a guy's name? Dan Eckert? There's someone who's like really good original, like grunt sound.
Dan Eckert is he the grunge guy? I mean, I know
can't remember
who that
now.
name, but
What up, Logan
yeah,
Sandman? Good to see you, bro.
may be.
Hey, Logan.
Yeah, that may be. You have to Google that shit, as the kids say.
Yeah, Hugh's putting in place plans for a live stream as well.
Oh, are you, Hugh?
Good.
Make sure
Oh, yeah.
make sure you let us know ahead of time, Hugh,
Yeah.
and we can all spam that link for you, bro. Make sure we get a bunch of people there for your first live
and
stream.
be there, unless it's at a stupid time and I'm asleep.
I spent
I'm not that asleep.
a couple hours like last week, and I made like a shitload of links. because I'm tired of doing them like the last minute. I'm like the worst at it.
Yeah,
I
no,
did
that's-
the same thing.
planning ahead is
Yeah,
a good
well,
thing.
I came
still
back
have-
from vacation and made like 6 links.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I still have to do the Steve link, because we're gonna do a special edition of my show. Steve Harlola picks, I play.
Oh, that's right.
He's gonna be the only person picking songs that night. I'm like, please, can you tell me like something you're definitely gonna pick? Nope.
Nope.
He had Manny as a guest over there.
Yeah,
tonight.
we were
Yeah, it was a
watching
great
the
show,
show
yeah.
while we were
Yeah.
setting up. Yeah, it was outstanding.
Yeah, Manny's
so-
a great guy to interview, man. He's
Yeah,
so cool.
absolutely. Well, just a very talented guy and very thoughtful human being. So, yeah, I really was enjoying and I'll have to go back because I missed the first part of it, but I will go back and check that out. But-
So
But
what
there's-
else?
Yeah.
So where to go? I have Tuesdays, Chris and Nacho. Then the next after that is on August 15th, Lady is going to be on my show.
Who? You
Lady
frozen.
Campion.
Lady
Oh.
Campion.
That'll be awesome.
And then we have a little special on August 29th, the co-host takeover, and it's going to be Chris Lane, Clay, Hugh, and Papa Tom are going to take my show over for the night.
The unbridled power.
I'm
Then we
looking
got
forward
Steve
to that.
Harloha, Mike Molino, Michael Songs is going to be on September 12th, and then Independent Many United is going to be on 9/19, doing a similar thing where she picks. I feel better at her
Indy's
picking
awesome.
because she'll pick like all my songs. She'll just ask me to play Footsteps. Like, can you play that like 10 times in a row?
In a row, yeah.
I mean, I could cry.
She's an amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so very cool.
So if you
And
if you
is
ever
she-
if you ever have me on that show, I'll give you a list of songs and you can learn them the week before.
Okay, if you
And
gave
they're
me
all
weekend-
and they all
Oh,
start with Carmelita.
I think I got Carmelita kind of cool. I'm liking it. I asked them all. Like Steve gave me a couple songs he'd like to hear, so I'll have to see if I can learn them.
And I got a message from Indy as well that her schedule had changed a little bit, so she's available for any of the block parties. So I told her that we would
Very
definitely have a spot for her in September because
Nice,
August is already full.
right?
That's very cool.
Wow. So, so that one may be very close to being already full. Like, there's probably 2 people added since we mentioned it. So
It's got really
Yeah.
popular.
God, this dude is
as of
working it.
late. Well, I think
he's
people see the
selling.
potential.
He's selling. Spots now.
Yeah, that's.
I saw it on eBay. It's like,
I saw it on Etsy. So I mean, we hang out different places.
And I know there is a host of another indie show that is currently looking for a co-host at the moment.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's 2, aren't there?
Is
There's
there
a
two?
whole stream of them. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
there's
there
one.
is.
There's one looking for a show and one looking for a co-host. I think.
Yeah, I think
A
so.
bigger show.
I
It
think
don't
so.
matter. That's silly.
You know, that's what separates me from all the other shows. And I don't care if the other shows are listening or not. You don't have to send me links. You don't have to send me money. All you have to do is show up and chat, and I will play one of your songs. If you're the first 35-ish people,
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
because
Show
at
up, hang out.
any given time, a lot of artists have an open platform, and they can just message me and be like, "Hey, you want me to come up and play?" Be like, "Hey, format change, live music." You know.
Well, and that's what we did last week, just off the cuff, and it was a kick in the pants, and we will
It was
absolutely do
yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
No
Probably
question
next
about
week.
it.
Yeah. Probably next week.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
next
fun.
week.
It was a lot of fun.
And speaking of new people streaming, Pole Vault is one that is potentially going to be doing a show soon. So
Wow, that would be entertaining. I don't know
Yes.
if you all
He's
watched
hysterical.
Pole Vault's interview with Steve Loha, but I
Yeah.
found it
Yeah, it was
great.
great.
Learned a lot about him and his journey. Thought it was just fantastic. And if he can convince Sunshine Archer to come on with him and everything, man, you got a show.
Yeah,
I'd
Right.
watch that
they're
show.
both really awesome.
Yeah, they're cool. They're very cool. Again, they're
I was so happy that
Texans.
they've been playing along with the Fairies Wear Boots.
Yeah.
I've had such fun time with this thing.
Yeah, well, that's
Speaking of
it.
which, I
It's
just
a
released
great
another
concept.
short about it.
I did my first short. Did you see that, Clay? I did a short on the
Did you?
Fairies Wear Boots
Hey,
thing.
Indy.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Yep.
I gotta go.
I was cutting the grass. It was getting kind of darkish outside, and I saw a couple of fireflies. And,
Oh, I
I
did
had
see
to
that.
run
I did
over.
see that,
Yeah. Almost
I
a
did
1,000
see that, as
views
a
on my
matter of
first
fact.
short. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really?
I've
Yeah.
just not gotten into this short thing. Although I've got a couple things that are stashed that if I get 3 or 4, I might do one. I mean, I
yeah.
have one of me dancing through a liquor store and singing, which is
Okay, that one needs to go up
Yeah.
right away.
just.
I'm
I
going to
got-
talk about shorts tomorrow during the block party a little bit,
Okay.
and just remind people just a couple of pointers that can help their shorts jump on the algorithm. It's just
Well,
a
I'm
couple
all
of
about it
small
because I
things.
look at it and I get and. Again, I think they're dumb. I'll come on publicly. I think they're dumb, but I watch
Me
them.
too.
I watch them. So here's me clicking on something that I think is dumb. I go, oh, well, and I click on it. I go, okay, I think it's dumb, but I just watched it. They got me for 30 seconds.
Well, because the secret to those things is I've watched them too when I've accidentally gone into them. Once you don't know how to get out. How do I stop the shorts from just playing?
Yeah, well, on the desktop, you're right. That you forget it. You have to go back and everything. On the phone, you can get in and out fairly easily, and that's kind of where I'm
I'm
doing
too
it, but-
sensitive. That's why I don't do shorts, because I think I'd get too upset if I make a stupid short and a lot of people watch it and they don't watch my music videos. I don't think
Welcome
I
to
can.
YouTube.
I don't think I can handle it, so I don't do it.
Well, that's it, and and that's just how YouTube is. I've seen some things. I've clicked on it. I went, you just wasted 30 seconds or a minute or 4 minutes or however long it was of my time. This was garbage. And then I'll look at the views and it has millions of views. It's like, what the fuck?
Now,
But-
I take that back. There is a short that I did that it was the short of my pizza lighter, and I was able to upload a piece of Gary Hubbs and Hetriani's song in it, and I tagged them in the description. That one, I think, got a couple of thousand views.
Cool.
So that one worked out good, I think, for the music side of it, because, I mean, it wasn't a guitar playing, it was
Right.
a random video, but it had indie artists in the video. I just wish there was more of it that I could use, because I think
Yeah.
you have to upload it yourself, the actual music.
Yeah, again, I'm not totally sure how some of that works, but
Yeah, I don't know how
that works
most
either.
of this stuff works.
yeah, well, again, we're like Ron said it perfectly. He had no idea either, and he just started doing it, and he figured it out as he went along, and we're kind of all doing that same thing. And like Ron, we've all helped each other when we've learned something. Hey, I figured this out. Here's how you do it, and just building our community in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Indy.
What happened?
Oh, hey,
Oh,
look at
that's
that!
awesome,
Broke a
Indy.
1,000 subs.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
That is wonderful. Congratulations. That is truly a fantastic accomplishment. Well done. And well deserved. You've worked hard for it.
Awesome. Hell
and
yeah.
Development of a Void is here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the show. Always good to see you on the streams.
I want to be on her show, but not be on her show. And you know how she has like the light music playing behind the whole show, and I just want to like play live behind everything.
Lightly.
Lightly. Slightly.
Yeah, she
know,
got
like-
a great community over there.
Like massage. Like when you go to a woman, your wife goes to the spa, like the music they play in the spa.
I've never been to a spa with your wife, so I don't know.
Me neither.
So
I buy the things.
It's not like she hasn't invited me, but I just haven't gone, so I don't know.
Don't they play like a harp kind of music, or
I don't know.
The girl from Empanema.
Yeah. Yeah, do Dom and I look like big spa guys to anybody out there? Yeah, we have no idea.
Well,
Wait a
I
minute.
just
Weren't you
imagine
just on vacation at a hot springs?
we're
Well,
not-
hot
Chris.
springs are not spas. Well,
It's
I-
close
okay.
enough.
No, you're right. Some hot springs are in fact spas, but we don't do the spa things. We soak in the springs.
That is sparring to me. Good night,
Yeah.
Michael.
All right. Yeah.
Good
Okay.
night, Michael.
Potato.
That is,
Yeah, I
to me,
can
that
I can
is,
spell spa, so there's that.
I've been
most
to a
days.
spa. I have. Actually, my wife, when she was having,
I like saunas.
what was it, my 50th birthday? She was having a party at the house for me, so she got me like a thing. It's like a man's spa, so it was like this barber, and they have a bartender, and you can drink. And
Okay,
then-
well, you had me at bartender.
and then I got my toenails and nails done, and it was a massage, and I was like there for like a long time, and I was pretty hammered when I left. I guess it was right.
I thought you were going to say naked men fist fighting for some reason. I thought that was going to come into play.
That was the second visit.
You know, Chad,
I wasn't
clear your
gonna
browser
talk
history,
about that
brother.
What? There's nothing wrong with naked men fist fighting.
Yeah, ancient Greece, I guess. I don't know. No one has ever touched my feet. Certainly not another man. So I don't. That would be weird. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'd like it.
See,
I
that would
have no
start
idea.
the fist fight.
Yeah, it could. It's like, what, bro? What the hell are you doing? Get off! Leave my feet alone. What the hell is wrong with you?
Just relax, sir.
And why are you naked? Why am I naked? What happened here? What is in this drink?
And Dom's sitting in the back playing.
I
a
got
harp.
roofied. Yeah, and Don's in the back playing
Playing
gently
the
while
girl
I'm
from
getting
Ipanema
roofied
on a harp. Yeah.
by some guy who wants to massage my feet. That sounds like I'm going to have a nightmare about that tonight later, I think.
I think we all are, Chris.
I'll be like, what were you dreaming about last night? Be like, why, honey? Because you were saying you woke up in the middle of the night, you yelled at the top of your lungs, don't touch my feet! And rolled over and went back to sleep.
Okay, well, I'll
Ron
report on that.
has a point here. He said that nobody talks about Spa Club. So
Yeah, that's first rule of Spa Club. We don't talk about Spa Club. Yeah, all right. Well, now see here, Maria.
And then the
but
whole.
Maria is a woman, and they appreciate spas. We don't know.
Yeah, they should. And whoever thought of this idea of the couples massage? It's like the dumbest idea in the world. Like, I would so rather just pay for my wife to go twice.
Yeah.
Than to have. It's the worst experience in the world. I mean, I've been twice with her. I hated every moment, and I left so tense. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Again, that doesn't happen in hot springs. You're warm. It's nice. And I don't leave tense.
I don't remember that many bubbles being in the hot springs, so just saying.
Well, again, you get relaxed. It's like I didn't think there was sulfur in this hot springs, but seemingly I'm detecting some.
The wife took a couple swims while we were down in Phoenix. I don't like to swim in the public pool. I'll swim in an ocean or a lake, but public pool, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't even like to swim. I'm hot. I jump in. I'm cool. I get out.
Yeah, I don't want to do laps anywhere.
No.
No,
I don't want to do laps outside the water. I surely don't want to do them inside the water.
no,
Although I do like a good water slide every now and again. I can get down with some water slides.
We joined
Absolutely.
we joined a pool club this year, so it's like a private pool, and my kids are like loving it because they have like 2 diving boards and 2 water slides.
nice.
I'm more of a lazy river type of guy. Just
Lazy
give me a
River's
tube,
good.
a cold drink, and let me just float around in circles.
Mhm.
And then wake up the next morning and half my body is so sunburned I can't put any clothes on.
Yeah, that's that can be a problem because you get so comfortable and you don't. Yeah,
I probably stuck out like a sore thumb down in Phoenix, you know. Like,
Probably
look
so.
at them
You're-
pasty white folk.
yeah. What part of Minnesota's that guy from? Yeah, well, you never know.
Well, we'll be at a lazy river this weekend.
Well, that-
We're going to Great Escape in Lake George. It's like
yeah,
it's a Six Flags. I don't think it's as big as the other ones, but it's my kid's first it's like graduation to like a normal amusement park.
yeah. So he's
Oh, fun.
outgrown the kiddie parks and he's
Yeah.
ready for the big time, huh?
Time for some
Yeah.
big slides.
Well, I told you when I went to when me and my boys went up to Pennsylvania, my youngest brought me on like one of those free fall rides. You know, it just goes up and then drops down.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it was like I had planned it all day. It was like, all right, I'll get you guys the ride passes, and I'm gonna eat something from every concession stand. So I had like a steak and cheese, I had a gyro, and then I had like potato latkes, and then I went on that ride.
Good thinking.
Yeah,
the
And it
people
was-
below didn't enjoy it very much, but Don.
But I'll tell you, it was like the first time I had ever been on one, and your ass really never touches the seat except for when it starts and when it ends, and you know it was pretty neat. My kid loved it.
There you go.
He's a friggin' daredevil.
Yeah. Used to like the coasters and all that stuff back in the day. But,
I don't ride coasters anymore. Fucking throw my hip out if I ride one anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, again, we're getting a little
You look
old.
very brittle, Clay.
Yeah.
Some days I feel it.
You know-
My wife doesn't care anymore if I'm looking.
Yeah. You know what, Maria? This one time in band camp. Okay.
Hey, what happens in band camp?
That's right. Stays in band camp.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have anything fancy at the last fair we went to.
At the last what?
The last fair me and the wife went
Oh.
to. I'd try and get something good and greasy, something new. I try
Yeah.
and find something new every year, but
Not a fair food guy. Just
Oh, I
saying,
love
you know.
fair food.
Yeah,
Anything
fair
on a
foods are great.
stick. Oh,
yeah, I like corn dogs. I like fair corn dogs, the greasy ones too.
Mhm.
with the
I
black
will say,
crusties at
I
the end.
always get a corn dog in that situation to remind me that I really don't like corn dogs. Like, why?
then you have
know.
not had a good corn dog.
Well, that's
I
it.
mean, you
I-
have to look. You have to look. Like you got to poke your head in there. Are they dipping them? If they're
You're-
actually dipping them, you know, most times they're just
And
buying the
this
friggin'
is the
frozen
problem.
ones.
I've
Yeah, no, you
had
want
a
the
few
fresh.
good corn dogs in my life, and they set a bar, and so most of the time, then I'll get a corn dog and go, "Well, this sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I like the
just
ones,
like,
the
have
big
you ever
ones.
been to a real restaurant and get eggs Benedict that they actually make and
Oh, with
and
the-
the
yes, and
hollandaise sauce
the
doesn't
hollandaise
come out of a
sauce is right there.
55-gallon bag?
Yes,
It's frigging amazing.
absolutely. I always order eggs Benedict in a good restaurant for exactly
If
that
you
reason.
yeah.
I wonder if Denny's has a good eggs Benedict.
I guarantee
It's-
they do
it's
not.
amazing.
No, sir. Yes.
And kids eat free.
Waffle House might be better. Eggs Benedict than
Oh, I like Waffle
that-
House.
That'd be
Two
more
eggs
like a
smothered
motel,
and covered.
a motel cook. Some motel cooks can make some good eggs.
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on the thing, you know.
Well, I worked in a ski resort, so it was a little.
Yeah.
You know, we were kind of in a classier motel. I
Well,
guess.
yeah, and that's usually those cooks, you know, have a little bit of training and they're a little better. I mean, those guys that make the omelets there, those guys are omelet kings. They make a great omelet. I've stolen their techniques for years now. I make a mean omelet, but I
don't like
learned
omelets.
from them. I love omelets.
I
I'm
don't.
not-
I don't.
I'm not
I like. I like knowing there's yolk and knowing there's a white, and the way they meet separately. I like when it's all into one thing.
Well, I don't
love
mind.
omelets.
I don't mind omelets if they're cooked correctly. I just don't like where the middle of it's like raw, and I
Well.
get halfway through it and then I'm grossed out. But if it's cooked correctly, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, well, that's it. And yes, in Texas, you guys fry Twinkies and chocolate
Oh,
bars
God,
down
yes.
there. I mean,
Hell yeah.
Oreos.
That's the best. That's
well,
the best.
my
I
question is,
am-
how fucking fat do you want to be? Just saying.
Fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm with
Right.
Maria though. Like
I'm
fair
down with
food.
that.
I love fair food.
Oh yeah, fair food is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So many great memories of eating food at the fair. Huge baked potatoes with everything on it, Italian sausage, the turkey legs.
If they're
Turkey legs
calling
are
it Italian sausage, it's
It's
not.
not Italian sausage.
It's not.
No, they got some Italian seasoning threw it in. Hey, it's Italian. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Guido. I don't
Hey,
think it
some,
is.
Crocodile
Oh,
sausage.
there you
when I
go.
went to the
That's what
Minnesota
I'm talking about.
fair.
Kurt, there we go.
Yeah.
2 eggs over easy hens, smothered and covered. That is Waffle House. Smothered and covered is like one of the greatest culinary techniques I've ever eaten. I went to visit a friend in Tennessee one time, and the hotel I stayed at was like right across the street from Waffle House, and I ate 3 meals a day there for like 4 days in a row. And I just loved it. I'm like, give me the steak.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, there's Hugh. Hugh has never had a corn dog or a waffle, but of course this guy eats haggis, so what the hell does he know?
Oh, what about like chicken on a waffle?
Oh, chicken
Chicken
and
and
waffles.
waffles.
Hello,
Phenomenal.
amazing.
I didn't think chicken would taste good with maple syrup. Oh my god.
Oh my God,
It's
yeah.
What was I missing?
delicious, especially if it's got that. It's a little grilled. It's got a little char on it. Amazing. Yes, we love-
Fried Coke at the. How do you have fried
Yeah.
Coke?
Well,
I've
yeah.
had frozen
Wait.
Coke.
Is it Coca-Cola or is
All
it
right,
cocaine?
all right, Paul Vault. Fucking comedian.
Well, I mean, they do fry ice cream. I don't
Do
know how
that
the
bit
hell
on
they
your
do
show, Paul Vault.
it. Leave the jokes to Charlie Cabaldon, damn
Yeah.
you.
Charlie is our official joke teller.
That's
I've
right.
had frozen Coke. That was pretty good.
So here, development of a void. Have you ever had chicken fried chicken? Why, yes, I make chicken fried chicken, and it is immodestly amazing. Maybe I'll film that next time I make it, and we'll.
I had
Fried
Ken-
chicken is probably one of my most favorite things in the world. to
What's
eat.
not to love about that?
I had Kentucky Fried Chicken
Oh,
right here in Utah.
it's not even like real
Can you
chicken.
can you think of that? Imagine.
Well, see, but you're Johnny Come Lately. When I lived in Utah, it was still called Harlan's. It wasn't KFC. I mean, so, and back when it was good. KFC hasn't been good in 20
There
years.
is,
it actually started here.
In New York City,
Correct.
there was a restaurant called Sylvia's in Harlem that makes the friggin' best fried chicken I've ever had.
Did you see what Tom said? That was definitely at a Waffle House.
Well done. Okay. Well, good job, Tom. Fantastic.
That's
Waffle
true. You
House
got to
is
walk.
awesome.
There's at some table. There's always like a bloody bandage
Oh yeah,
People going to Waffle House for all kinds of reasons.
drunk Kid Rock wants to pick
Yeah,
a fight with you. You know, Waffle House is amazing.
It is. It's really get a good sense of humanity at a Waffle House.
Yes, you do. I mean, if you want to find real Americans, go to Waffle House and Walmart and go, oh shit, no wonder the aliens are hiding from us. Who can
Do
blame
without
them?
the Walmart.
Okay, that's the real reason why we're not going to move to Phoenix, is because they didn't have not the other option but Walmart.
What? They don't have the other
No,
option?
I'm kidding. They have
Oh.
other ones too.
I
but
would imagine
Yeah.
Phoenix. Again, well, Walmart has its place.
Oh, I
Not a big
can't stand.
Walmart fan.
I can't stand stores that sell multiple things.
Yeah.
I go to Target before I go to Walmart. It's been, I think, like 3 years since I went to Walmart last.
Yeah, kind of the opposite. There's a Target literally a block and a half from me, and I hate
No,
that store. I never go there.
I only shop at Chad's place of employment.
Well, I got 2 big boxes from them today, so yes.
I love me some Amazon.
What's not to love? Bezos, bastard.
My wife's pretty much got a constant supply of that coming in.
Oh God, yeah, it's ridiculous here.
Every
That's
now and again, I'll be
right.
like, "Hey, did you get something for me?" And then the next time she'll be like, "Oh, I did get something for you." And then
Very
another.
good.
Who would
Month
fight
goes
at a
by.
Waffle House? It's so pleasant
Well, I
there.
mean, there's always something going on there, but she's not
That
wrong.
is true.
And I bet Maria can hold her own. And
Yeah,
I
I think
want to be
she's
on her
pretty tough.
team at a Walmart or a Waffle House brawl.
Mhm.
I'm Team
Well,
Maria on that one.
There were those 2 naked guys in the corner, and the one was trying to massage the other man's feet, and that's when it all broke out.
It all went down. Okay. Oh, Chad. So, in comedy, ladies and gentlemen, this is
Circling
called
it
a
back,
callback.
Yeah.
And well done. You set yourself up and boom, delivered.
I just realized
Nice.
now, Maria sent Michael to bed.
Yeah, well, she's
Like, you
hanging
gotta
out
go to
with us.
work tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to hang out with these guys. You go. The opposite of
Go-
what we do. Okay, yeah.
Go
we like
press
to-
your tie, Michael.
Yeah. Don't you have ironing to do? You fancy pants.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Yep. You better play your Waffle House song on your stream, damn you. Actually,
has waffles?
that should be your opening song. The Waffle
Is
House
there a
song.
Waffle House song?
Well, the Pole Vaultas, they have a Waffle House song. So
I stole a set
never
of
heard it.
Waffle House mugs. My wife threw them all away, though.
Let's see. I just brought this up. 3 injured in early morning shooting in a Waffle
I
House.
thought you went to bed, Michael.
Car riddled with bullets
Is he
at
probably
a Waffle House. 2 killed.
is it
Shooting at
serious?
Fairfield Waffle House leaves 2 wounded.
Yeah, well, again.
Woman charged with manslaughter after man found dead in overdose in Waffle House.
And this was last week.
Well,
These are all
some woman was
2023.
running naked down the freeway shooting at cars, so
That's
it's a
right.
fun place.
I also like Waffle House. It's like its own Mason-Dixon line, like where you come to a part of the country there's
Yeah.
no Waffle House, and
Yep.
Waffle House everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh
Yep.
shit! I gotta check this one out here.
Colorado fought with the North, but we still have Waffle Houses. So
The Waffle House
Okay.
brawl belongs in a museum.
I don't know.
He's
if
got
this
them all
is-
laid out.
Yeah.
Here's Wednesday. Here's Fridays.
Yep. So yeah, jukeboxes. I mean, where can you find a jukebox anymore? Besides Waffle House, I ask you people.
Yeah, but they're not real jukeboxes. The ones that are on the tables.
No, those are mini jukeboxes.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
I don't
they're-
consider that a jukebox.
Well, I mean that's what I'm saying.
It's not a
Who
jukebox
has a
unless
real
it actually
jukebox?
has records.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen a real one in a long time.
Yeah.
Been a-
I bet
The one
someone
with
we
all
know
the
in this
45s in it.
community has one.
Probably.
I bet
I would love to have
Emperism
one.
has a jukebox.
He might,
I bet he does. If he
Wonder if
panned his
Rhodey might
camera.
have one.
but it's all in Finnish, so
Yeah.
it doesn't help us. We
I
don't
could
know
see
those
Rhodey
songs.
with one in his basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted
Yeah.
to get a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Rhodey's Jam Cave, right? That place
Gorgon.
is cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool base.
I guarantee they have a pinball machine in there someplace. Guarantee.
Yeah, pinball would be cool.
Now, this is true. I haven't seen a cigarette. Well, I mean, again, I think they may have been outlawed so kids couldn't buy them. But yeah, I haven't seen
Last
one
time
ever.
I saw one was in the '90s when I was working near Vegas. The casino had a big vending machine with cigarettes in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember they were fucking $6, and I was like, "Holy shit, $6 is fucking expensive."
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what
Now
is
I'm
it?
paying
10
twice
now?
that much. Yeah,
Yeah.
$10.
Oh my God, I wish they were $10.
Oh, well, see, I don't smoke. I've never smoked. So
Probably
10,
like in New York, it's probably like 14.
Good Lord. Yeah, that's. Well, but also in
Oh, yeah,
Vegas,
it's
let's
like
remember
crazy.
they have vending machines with hookers in them. So, you know, you can get anything in Vegas.
And cars. You can buy a car from one vending machine and a hooker from another one.
Yep.
Your
Yeah.
night's set.
Yeah, that's right. Get a pack of smokes and let's go. Yeah.
I don't think I would get grits at a Waffle House. Like
Yeah.
there'd be a thumb in it or something. Maybe
Well,
there's a
maybe, but they'd be
fingernail or-
properly prepared. But yes, that
I'm not a big grits guy.
I mean, I like grits.
I
But-
like grits.
Be a little. I don't like when stuff can just come like a porridge. You never know what's in there.
Okay,
I like
now
to-
here, let's ask the Italian American: grits, polenta.
Same
Subtle
thing.
difference. Explain.
I don't know.
Well, you failed your people. And,
I mean, it's
Although-
basically the same thing, except it's not as polenta is a lot more. It's not as savory, or it's not as yummy because they don't put all the good.
well, you don't
butter
put all
in.
the stuff in it, and
Yeah.
it's a little smoother. The grind is slightly finer.
I like corned beef hash, but only if I cook it.
I love corned
Yeah,
beef.
corned
I
beef
don't
hash
like
is great.
anybody else
Well,
that
you're in the
cooks it
right
'cause
part of the
I
country,
like
Dom,
it well
to
done.
get
I like
killer.
it crispy, really crispy.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm even fine with the one right from the can.
Ugh, no.
No,
You
I
talking
mean,
about you talking
I'll-
about the little potatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
I'm fine with that. I mean,
No,
I-
you get the corned beef in the can, but then you
Oh.
get real potatoes, not the little ones in the can.
See,
No.
Dom disappointed his people with polenta. I'm an Irishman. I don't love corned beef and cabbage. I just don't.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Just
I'll
don't.
eat it like all week during St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, see, if my brother makes corned beef, I like his corned beef, but I won't eat cabbage under any circumstance. I don't
it's
enjoy
delicious. It's delicious.
I like
Yep.
it on occasion. It
it.
depends.
Don't dig it. Never have. But again, we all have our little things, don't we?
Well,
Usually
apparently
people
you
that
do.
like cabbage like Brussels sprouts, and the same is the opposite.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, I love Brussels sprouts.
Have to be properly prepared. Badly prepared Brussels sprouts are gross, but
Well-
really good restaurant Brussels
Is there
sprouts are
anything you
amazing.
like that could be prepared poorly and you like it? I mean, everything's got to be properly.
Well, no, but I mean, again, if just all things being equal, a good Brussels sprout I will eat. A bad Brussels sprout, why the hell bother? Just don't.
I credit my mother for getting me to like Brussels sprouts because the first time I saw them, I was like, ugh. And she's like, may pretend it's a little world.
That's kind of.
And I was like,
First time.
your
I-
people are mine. I was like, that's cool, Ma. Destroyer of worlds.
The first time I ate barbecued beets, my friend sliced up fresh beets and then barbecued them. Were fucking amazing. I like beets anyway, but I'd never eaten
We
fresh
had that
beets.
conversation before.
And
I'm
like-
a big beet fan.
Yeah, I'm not a
And
beat
2
guy.
hours later, when I went to pee and I was peeing
Here's-
red, and
Yes.
I thought I was bleeding, and I freaked out for a minute.
Yeah.
Because pee was all red, and I didn't
Yes.
know.
You got to know that. You eat the beets, you get a little discoloration. Well, same
Yeah.
thing if you guys like asparagus.
Yeah, well, I was
You
gonna
always
say,
know
what
when
would
you eat asparagus.
Yeah, what would you rather have, the red pea or just the worst stink in the world.
Yeah, asparagus whiz is always woo.
You're like,
Yeah, indeed. Although I love asparagus,
no, me too.
pretty good, but I don't eat it
Right
that
on the
often.
grill.
Yeah, exactly. Olive oil, little salt. Yum 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 yum.
Well, I like beets, especially. I like beets on a salad, on like a fresh
Yeah.
garden salad.
That's what my wife has. We have our garden salad, and she puts beets on it. She's she's a German. So
Oh, come on,
she loves
Maria.
that.
Yeah, finally drove Maria
now
away.
you're gonna turn on us? I'm out.
It wasn't the part
She's
joke.
like, I haven't been in a brawl at a Waffle House.
Yeah.
Beats now.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
this,
right.
I'm outta
I'll
here.
kick your ass in a Waffle House, but I'm not eating beets. What's wrong with you people? I officially,
You're
and
not
Michael,
my
if you're still
people.
listening, don't take this the wrong way, but I love your wife. Maria is
it's
awesome.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She
Yeah,
is.
too funny. But the cooking, and this is why I'm such a big. My mother, God bless her, worst fucking cook in the world. Terrible. Why I'm so big into it. My dad's a good cook. My brother's a good cook. I'm a good cook. My mother can't make anything that's edible, pretty much. So why I hated Brussels sprouts until I learned you could cook them properly. Every vegetable she ever made us as a kid was this mushy. She was from the Midwest, and oh my God,
Cream corn.
just
It goes with
horrible.
everything.
Cream corn was probably the best thing she made, sadly. Just wasn't. She used to make us liver and onions, and liver can be good, iron, it has that funky taste, but she would cook it to
death.
You could pound nails into concrete with her liver, so that's where I
my
learned
mom
how to
was a
cook
very
out of
good
self-defense. Well, yeah, it sounds like she, most Italian women, not all, I mean generalities,
Not
right?
all,
Stereotypes, but most Italian women of that generation were pretty good in the kitchen. But I can't blame my mother.
Problem
Her
with-
mother was a terrible cook. She was.
Problem with my mother, like, she couldn't tell you how to do anything. Like,
Oh,
Ma,
yeah.
how do you make that? Oh, you put a little bit, and then you do it till it's right. I'm like, can I have a measurement, Ma? No.
No, that's not the way they did it. We
Yeah.
have my late mother-in-law's. She wrote down all her recipes, but she was very much that cook. And there are things that out of the cookbook that we've made that are amazing. Cranberry sherbet we make every Thanksgiving, amazing. And then there's other things we've made out of the recipe book. Is like Mary Lou was drunk when she wrote this recipe because this don't work at all. I mean, what the hell was she? No, no
I'll
one
tell
can
you
eat
one.
this.
This is what my mother used to do. It used to be my favorite thing. It was like a winter thing. So my mother used to make like the best chicken soup,
Oh, yeah,
like in the friggin'
Yum,
world. But
yum.
what she would do, so first course would be chicken noodle soup, and second course would be my mom's fried chicken, right?
Oh,
So I never knew what she did, and then she told me, "Hey, what's going on, Tony and Howie?" What she used to do, she'd get like a whole chicken and she cut it up and quarter it and stuff, and put it in the soup, and then like let it cook all day,
yeah.
and then just before dinner, she would take it out of the soup, bread it, and fry it. And it was like so.
Tender
It was
and yet
so
crispy.
fucking insanely delicious.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish your mother was still with us because I'd
She
be
used
over
to do
for
that.
dinner.
And another thing, me and my sister, she used to hate it because me and my sister gave it the name. So my mother used to would make a chicken, but she would stuff it with spaghetti. Like she like spaghetti with garlic and oil. And then
Interesting.
she'd fill me and my sister were like, oh, Mom's making chicken with spaghetti up the butt. But it was really good.
No, I can see where that would be good. Yeah. Kind of
Yeah, don't let
'Cause-
Dwight near the biscuits.
Yeah, yeah. Dwight will burn those biscuits every time. Yeah, indeed. Well, again,
I am starving.
yeah, we've been talking
I
about
hate
food.
this show. I friggin' hate this show.
See, I'm not hungry at all. I just enjoy talking about it. But
Oh, and I have like a veritable smorgasbord upstairs right now. My wife had her book club yesterday.
Oh, well,
there's,
yeah. So you got
there's
all the
super
good
sod
leftovers.
and there's all different kinds of cheeses. So I'm just gonna go up and make a little plate later.
Nice.
Watch an episode of Star Trek and before I go to bed. So Tony, everything's working for you now. Tony
yeah.
Howie.
Sounded
That's
amazing.
gonna be
He just
good.
Sound amazing today.
Good deal.
Played
we
and
couldn't
sang.
figure it out.
Well, that was the thing. You know, there are some amazing musicians in the community, and sometimes tech just thwarts them. You know, our good friend Charlie Gabaldon. He cannot get StreamYard to work for him. He plays every week. It's perfect. And then he tries to come on a StreamYard show, and it just flat doesn't work.
That's what I told Tony today. I'm like, just you sound amazing today.
Yeah.
I said, but tomorrow it may be different. We
He's
might
like
have to
total
adjust
crap.
it a little
Mhm.
bit.
You never know.
No, it happens quite frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to adjust my
Ask me
volume
how I
today.
know.
I'm back up to 75 now.
Okay.
Oh, you had a
yeah.
week it sounded god awful when you spoke.
Yeah.
Never your guitar, but your vocal mic was way out.
Yeah.
Ribeyes.
That's what I had for dinner tonight. And it was ribalicious. Topped it with sauteed mushrooms and onions.
Did you ever do it with and just make like the herb butter?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it's good.
And so you just cook the steak like regular,
Mhm.
and then you tent it, and you just put like a piece of herb butter on it. Oh,
Yeah,
Yummy.
it's
And drown it
really
in
good.
Ketchup.
Yeah, I wonder if it's
ketchup? You just say ketchup?
Okay,
I will
and
kick
Clay
your
is-
ass off this show so fast, Clay. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
I don't know
he's
why
out.
you hang out with him, Chad. He's
Jesus.
a dick.
Oh, hell no.
ketchup. I just
My wife would kill me if she heard me say that.
yeah,
I
good.
like
and
A1
and
I
I
like
would
A1
help bury
personally.
the body.
I'm an A1 fan.
I like A1.
I like A1 myself.
God, I haven't had A1 in the house. We keep Worcestershire for
I
other
always-
cooking, but
Yeah.
I haven't had A1 forever. And it is
I
a
always
good
have
steak sauce, but
Yeah.
I don't
I
don't
like
put sauce on my
57
steaks.
every now and again.
Yeah, again, that's like old school. You know, old school steakhouses used to have that on there, and I never much cared for that one.
I actually like Heinz 57 in my meatloaf more.
Mm-hmm.
My
That would be pretty good in meatloaf, actually. Oh, my wife made meatloaf the other night. And, okay, so, again, cooking stories from my mom. My mom made meatloaf. Every mom made meatloaf. And she'd make tuna casserole. And meatloaf was so bad. So, the first time my wife, we were dating, you know, and she invited me over for dinner. And I said, oh, that sounds great. I'd love to come over for dinner. She said, what do you like? And I said, well, I'm a big guy. I like everything. And she goes, oh, good, because I'm making meatloaf. And I thought, great, because my mother's meatloaf was so frigging bad. So I go there because I'm hot for her, and I'm going to choke down the damn meatloaf. And I get there, and two bites in, and I go, oh, my God. Is this what meatloaf really tastes like? Holy shit, it was amazing. And my wife has made amazing meatloaf, including last Tuesday night for 40 years since. It's just the best.
greatest thing about my wife's meatloaf is she don't eat it herself.
There
So
you
she
go.
makes it just
you.
for me.
Ooh, now that's
And it is
love,
amazing.
right?
That's beautiful.
That's
For real.
love.
And she puts A1 in her meatloaf.
Yeah.
And I really dig it, man. It's good. So I usually have and she does a pound. So usually the first night I'll have half the pound with my first meal. And then I'll usually have 2 sandwiches either that night.
Yeah,
or the next day.
meatloaf sandwich is one of the best sandwiches in the world.
No question.
Now, what
That's-
is the difference between meatloaf and Salisbury steak? I like them both, but what is is it the shape?
Well, Salisbury steak has the
question.
onions in it, and it's pounded flat, and it has to have that brown gravy.
Brown
that
gravy, yeah.
Salisbury gravy. That's
I think
what it
it
is.
might just
Okay,
it's
so
not
it's
much different than meatloaf.
It's
No.
the meat's the same. It's
Meat's the same.
gravy. Okay, so
Brown gravy, yeah.
the deli by me, and that's one thing I love about New York is delicatessens. I don't think any place in the world has delis like they do in New York.
No, no
But,
question. You're right.
You mean
That's
this New
like
York
when
style deli ain't authentic?
No, I hate to
Damn
tell you,
it,
Clay.
I knew it.
But I go there and like every once in a while, it's like they made Salisbury steak and get that on the Hero. Oh,
Yeah,
delicious.
good Salisbury steak is just fantastic. And he's like, God, I should make that. Because actually, Mary Lou had a great recipe for Salisbury steak. I've made it twice. It was good, but I haven't made it in like a year.
Oh, I don't know why this just came to mind, but now I have a craving for steak fries smothered in sausage gravy.
Mm.
Oh
Okay.
my god, that's so good.
Sausage
like
gravy
biscuits
is
and
good.
gravy, except
Biscuits
no
and
biscuits,
gravy.
but French fries.
Yeah.
there's a restaurant. It's like a dive restaurant up in Pennsylvania we go to. It's called the Mess Hall because I guess people who are in the military opened it. And one of the things I never had until I was in the Army were biscuits and gravy. And
Yeah.
oh my God, do I love them. So with this restaurant, they make them too. And I was just like going to town. Because when I was in the Army, you learn how to pick what you were going to eat, not by what you liked, to what you could get the most of.
Yeah.
So they would just, biscuits and gravy, they would just fill it up. Man.
I love biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
And
not
then
the love?
bacon
It's
bits
delicious.
sprinkled on it. The real bacon bits. So.
Yeah. Yeah, not those
Not
soy bacon bits.
No. the
Used to
fresh
do
one.
those when I was a kid. We'd get those and put them on salad, and they were all right. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a right on a
I used to
salad.
get them, just put them right in my mouth.
Yeah.
It's almost tastes like bacon.
Bacon candy.
Yeah.
I asked my mom if I could have a snack. She said, "Go look in the spice drawer."
Oh, a lot of people big on the biscuits and gravy. Yep.
Yeah. And chip
Chip
beef. See, now that's
Yeah, well, that's what they called it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I had it was
Shit on a
gray.
shingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit on a shingle.
shit on a shingle. See,
But it's really the same thing.
yeah, it kind of is the chip beef. Now here's again one of my weirdnesses: biscuits and gravy, thick, good biscuits, love. Soggy bread grosses me out.
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
can't eat shit on a shingle because the bread is so soggy. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I like the shit, don't like the shingle.
We
Oh,
always
the
put it
word
on
like
toast.
one of the worst experiences, like you go out and you get a burger, and the bun just disintegrates.
I hate that.
I'm like, I'm done.
Hate- yeah, no. Put it
I'll-
on a nice brioche or a potato bun that can hold up to the
Yeah, it's
juicy
gotta hold up.
burger.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh no, I know something worse than that.
What's that?
And it pisses me off because I figure if I'm going to spend $3 on tacos from Taco Bell, at least one of them should not be broken. Okay,
Yes.
just saying. I didn't order nachos. I wanted a taco.
I'm sensing that Clay doesn't have really a keen or a broad culinary appetite.
Let's see.
Ketchup on steak.
Yeah.
I don't put
about-
ketchup on anything. Ketchup is no go.
I don't.
I put it
No,
mostly
I
on
won't say
hamburgers
that.
and breakfast.
There's like 5 things I like ketchup on. Scrambled eggs only.
Yeah,
If-
like
Nope.
Meatloaf sandwiches.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
meatloaf.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
Cold meatloaf sandwiches, ketchup
Oh,
is
yeah.
good on. And I'm like probably the only Italian I don't like sausage and peppers. Just sausage and ketchup. I love.
Ugh.
Interesting.
And I guess a burger, and that's about it. My kid puts ketchup on everything.
See, that was me when I was a kid. I would put ketchup on green beans. I'd put ketchup on whatever. My plate, I would just put it. And then
Yeah.
one day I was like, I don't like ketchup anymore. Now I don't even eat it on French fries.
I've never liked
Oh,
it.
I've never liked ketchup on French fries. I do
Yeah.
like mayo with French fries, though.
Actually, I would eat that before I would eat ketchup every day of the week.
I like mayonnaise. That's what I like with a corn dog is mayonnaise.
Real mayonnaise adds a lot to a lot of things. That's
Out here
our
in
meatloaf
Utah,
sandwiches, mayonnaise.
I just
And
add a
it's
little
already
bit
got
of
the ketchup.
A little bit of ketchup to the mayonnaise and stir it up.
Yeah, well, that's
The
McDonald's,
secret sauce of
secret
yeah.
sauce.
Yeah. 53 fast food restaurants. Our secret sauce. Okay. Ain't that
Well,
secret.
I had a double from In-N-Out the other day, and oh my god, that was so good.
Never heard
Wait,
of that.
Andy, what's the debate? Is it the ketchup debate or the mayonnaise debate?
Oh, here we go.
Next week.
We're going to debate. That's right. We're going to
Do
invite
ketchups
on this.
belong on hot dogs?
No.
No, never.
Mustard.
Definitely not.
No. Mayonnaise. Hot dog. This hot dog for me. It's
On
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise?
Interesting.
Chili with beans, cheese,
Chili with beans, yes, sir.
onion. Has to be.
That doesn't sound too bad.
I mean,
actually.
I'm a hot dog purist, so mustard and sauerkraut. Like
Sauerkraut I
like
do
at a,
like.
like at a baseball game.
I like some sauerkraut.
Yeah, on a dog, it's all right.
Depending on a nice grilled brat.
Oh yeah.
sauerkraut is good.
Well, you just
Yeah.
cook them. You
Again,
cook
you
the
know.
bratwursts in sauerkraut. That's really good.
Review. Don't like cabbage, but so I don't eat a lot of sauerkraut. But on a dog, a good, bratwurst kind of dog, that can be pretty good.
I totally agree with my knees hurt. Warm mayo, totally disgusting.
Yeah, it's and
Like
can,
one time I went to
jack you up.
I went to a deli and I got like one of my favorite sandwiches is chicken cutlet with like mayo and Swiss cheese, but the guy heated it like
What?
like no, once something's been fried, it doesn't have to be warmed again. Like,
No.
You know, like
just-
and
And
I
it
couldn't
ruins the
eat-
mayo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally, exactly. Yeah, it was like, oh, he just like put something near toxic anyway under a lot of heat.
yeah, this seems like a poor idea.
So Tony Howie wants to know if the ketchup wears boots.
I bet ketchup does wear boots.
Fancy ketchup wears
Yeah,
boots.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
if
it
we're
depends on how
going, we
it's
have to
spelled.
go back to mayonnaise because Chris said before, real mayonnaise. Like, so there are some things that, like it has to be like, I don't want to drink orange juice if it's not Tropicana. Don't give me Minute Maid or any of that. Like, there's a difference. And I think they're like Hellman's mayonnaise is like the only mayonnaise. Like Miracle
Or
Whip is
Duke.
disgusting.
Well, Miracle Whip A is not mayonnaise.
Yeah. Miracle
Many
Whip is
people
gross.
consider it mayonnaise, but it's not. They call it a salad dressing, and it's made differently, and it's made with hydrogenated oil and everything. It can be handy in cooking. We keep Miracle Whip around, but mayonnaise is mayonnaise. So there.
Well, I
There
never
can be
knew
no
that.
debate about that. Mayonnaise is mayonnaise.
Dijon ketchup.
I like Dijon mustard.
Yeah,
I like
me
some
too. Oh,
Spicy
What's not to
mustard.
like?
I like
Stone
some
ground
good
mustard,
spicy-
Dijon
yeah, stone
mustard,
ground mustard, yeah.
honey
There's
Dijon.
there's so many stone ground mustard I really like.
That's what I put on my hot dogs when I grill
Like my
hot
mom,
dogs.
my wife makes like warm potato salad. She'll get just like those little mini potatoes and just
Yes.
mix it with stone ground mustard. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I've got a food debate for y'all. Okay.
Okay.
Peanut butter and jelly. How do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Because me growing up, the way I was taught by my dad, you put peanut butter in a bowl, you put the jelly in the bowl, and you scramble it and mix it all up, and then
Oh,
you spread that on the
no.
bread.
No,
And everybody
because-
says that's insane.
no, that is retarded because it's again it's once they're mixed together, it's no longer peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
It is so great. That's the way I've always had peanut butter and jelly. Put peanut butter on this bread and jelly on this bread, and then put them together. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, because like the fun part of it is like in certain parts you have too much jelly, and in certain parts there isn't. So that's what's cool about it.
But the mixing it up is part of the fun of even
That's
making the
retarded,
sandwich.
man.
I'm
Your
very
That
father's
just seems
crazy.
like a lot of extra work.
Yeah,
I'm very picky when it comes to my peanut butter and jelly. I have to have peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other, like a normal person would.
That's
But my
craziness.
peanut butter's got to spread across. There cannot be a piece of dry bread showing on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That is my goal. If it takes me 20 minutes to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to cover every piece of dry bread, then I'll do it.
I mean, here's how we did it as a kid. Take the knife, jam it way the hell down in the peanut butter, get a big scoop, spatula it on, jam it in the jelly, put it on, and that's what we ate. And then that's why I don't eat peanut butter and
Well,
jelly anymore.
you jammed it
Oh,
for
I
the peanut
love
butter,
peanut butter and jelly.
but
me too.
you did the jelly more like you turned it to the side and just kind of blobbed it out.
Nah, we jammed. Now we had.
Peanut
Mix
butter.
it together. Mix it
I've
together.
been dogging my
Cold
mom,
glass
but
of
when we lived in Utah, with all the Mormon families, she learned to can. And so we'd go out to, Ogden and pick strawberries and the cherries and all that kind of stuff. She would can, and we made our own jams and jellies. Those were pretty damn good. So that's why we jammed it in, because they were tasty, not like the store-bought shit. But I'm just kind of over it. I don't eat it anymore.
Chad and Clay, since you're both.
Okay, now see, I knew that we had some real gourmets in our chat, and there you go. Development of a Void is teaching us how to eat right. Thank you.
I'm on board with that one.
Oh, that was good.
Peanut butter sauce they've been putting on pasta and Thai food for like ever.
Yeah, that's a staple of. And here's a little fun known fact for any of you people that have peanut allergies. A lot of Mexican restaurants stash peanut butter in their sauces and everything to thicken them
Yeah.
up and give them a little body and everything. My oldest is actually allergic to nuts, especially peanut butter, and we found out the hard way because he had a horrible reaction at a Mexican restaurant one time. And
Yeah, we just found out my kid he can eat peanut butter, but he's allergic to every other kind of nut because he had like walnut brownies, and the school called us like in a panic. So now we have to keep, he's got the EpiPen.
carry the EpiPen around, yeah. That's funny. There's just a lot more food allergies than there ever were. Of course, our food is crap.
I know, I make
so
fun
processed. Yeah.
I
Well, again,
do
it's
tease 'em
just
about
man,
it.
when I grew up, nobody was allergic to anything.
No.
Certainly not food. But I think things have changed.
I eat a lot of peanut butter, so I'm glad I'm not allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
What's your? Do you
I
have
cook
a brand?
almost all my food too. My knees hurt.
Nah, it doesn't
raw
matter.
food is gross.
I mean, Peter Pan is my favorite, but I like any kind of crunchy or smooth. Smooth's my favorite, though.
I don't like. I used to love crunchy peanut butter,
Yeah,
but
I'm bound
no
to
more.
smooth. Yeah, I
I'm-
don't-
but
pretty
we're
too.
Skippy purists here.
No, Skippy's good.
Yeah, Skippy's good. I like Jif as well. I like.
That's what I eat. I grew up on Peter Pan, and
Peter
there's
Pan's
just-
my favorite.
There's so much sugar in there. Now, Jif's not a lot better, but it is better. There's less sugar in Jif than
I'll even
Peter
eat some
Pan.
Kroger brand.
Yep. I'll eat whatever. Walmart brand, Kroger brand, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, again, if it's... did you guys notice, I don't know, when we were having supply chain issues, all of a sudden you couldn't get Jif or Peter Pan or any of those, and so I was down to buying whatever natural peanut butter, that was left on the shelf. And actually, other than the oil, because that's what it really looks like, because it separates, but they were a hell of a lot tastier. I enjoyed
Oh, yeah,
those
that
a
stuff's real
lot
good.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you just go, like, there used to, I forget what store it was in Vegas, you would go and you could just get the peanuts grinded up in the
Yes.
machine. That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, we've got people that agree with us. Yeah, that kind of natural peanut butter.
But you know what is
tasty.
good? Peanut butter and hot sauce is actually very good.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I haven't tried that. I like hot sauce and popcorn.
Yeah, no, that's
I
good.
like pepper on popcorn.
I like the Tabasco and a bucket of popcorn all day.
Yeah, we had a good friend who unfortunately has since passed, but he was a gourmet popcorn maker, and he would send us. He was out of Maryland, and he would send us amazing
Be right back.
popcorns of all kinds, all these wild flavors that you never would have guessed. The only one he sent us that I never cared for, he did Old Bay seasoning on the popcorn.
Old Bay popcorn?
Yeah, it was a great experiment that I didn't much care for, but all these other ones were delicious. But that one was kind of a fail.
Marshmallow popcorn. That is some real good stuff.
Yeah,
Don't like marshmallow. I used to like Fluff when I was a kid. Fluffernutter. You remember that?
yeah,
Fluffernutter.
yeah. I had a jar that I made something at one time that called for it, and it sat up in my cabinet for about 5 years. And I finally got, why the hell is this hanging up? And I finally threw it out. It looked perfect. It was probably
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, would outlive a nuclear explosion. But I thought, you know what? I think after 5 years, I don't think I want to eat this.
My latest snack has been pears and cottage cheese.
Oh, cottage cheese. Forget about it.
I
Oh,
love cottage cheese.
I don't even want to
Cottage
look
cheese
at it.
is so good.
Oh, just the name upsets me.
I go through stages. Sometimes I'll eat it and I like it, and other times I just don't. I'm in a I don't care for it stage.
I
right
like
now.
it with fruit.
Yeah, and that's
Peaches.
yeah,
or
cottage
pears,
cheese
I
and
like it.
pineapple, pretty good. So there you
What did you just do, Chris? You keep shutting me down.
go. No, what were you doing? We were going for different ones at the same time. I was
hate when that
highlighting, and
happens,
you were
don't you?
highlighting. We canceled one another.
Or the
Michael-
worst is if somebody's
Okay,
in the back.
go.
No,
You know,
I
somebody's
don't want to know.
somebody's in the back, and one person's trying to pull them up, and the other person is at
Yeah.
the same time.
Oh, no, we
and then
would
they
do- yeah.
just
We
show up and
we
disappear.
I think we started the last live stream. He put our intro song on. I shut it off, and we kept doing that because she just But no,
'cause
I
you're
was
going fast.
Michael was just saying that he just took his first live streamer nap. I was like, you can't do this if you don't nap, man.
Yeah,
It's
no,
become a very important part of my day. Like lately, I've been coming home from work, and since it's been hot, I've been coming home like at 4, and my wife doesn't usually get dinner till like 5:30, so I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down for an hour.
Yeah.
Schmuckers, never like Schmuckers.
I don't know that I've
Or
ever
what's
had
the
it,
other one?
honestly.
What's the one with the peanut butter and jelly were mixed in the same jar?
I want to say Google, not Google, but
Goober?
Goobers.
Goobers, yeah,
Yeah.
never liked that one.
yeah. That
I
was-
wasn't a
Because
fan of
to
that
me,
either.
it was
ate it.
both the peanut butter and the jelly were inferior products.
That's
They
like
weren't-
putting them in a bowl together and mixing it, right, guys?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
and exactly, what's wrong with that? You know what else? Nutella is really, really good.
Yeah, that's an acquired
that's
taste.
okay.
I
Too
happen to
sweet.
like it,
For
but
me, I don't like it.
I don't like much of it.
Although there's, have you ever had a chocolate pizza? There's this restaurant. Would you like the chocolate pizza? That's how he says it, and it's basically pizza with like Nutella, and like sundae kind of stuff on it. But they
Interesting.
bake it. It's not a pizza.
Never had it. It's a dessert pizza.
Oh,
Not
I wanted to
much
ask
for
you before,
icings.
Chris, because
Yes.
you were talking about your pizza oven. What is the main function for a pizza oven? Like, it's really the heat, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I've got a big pizza stone in there, and the wood is underneath it. So basically, I'm heating this stone and keeping it really hot, and the pizza's resting on that stone, and
What
the smoke
temperature?
exhausts around it.
What temperature you trying to get?
It's pretty freaking
Damn hot is not a temperature.
Yeah, no, I'll throw the heat thing at it next time I do it, but it's well over 800 degrees. I don't know.
Because
I can't tell you how
I
much
can
over.
get. I have a big ass grill at home, like a 5 burner. I mean, it's not wood firing, but
Yeah.
I can get my grill like. I mean, it only goes up to 750, and with all burners on, it will get there. So I can.
Well,
keep
but
the
yeah, that
pizza in my
stone.
barbecue.
Get you one of those pizza stones.
No, I have a stone. Yeah.
Yeah, that works great. My kid did that for years. I got him one of those stones, and he put it on his grill, and his pizzas were almost as good as mine. And the only reason I say almost is because that it does absorb a little bit of that smoke, and it gives the crust just a little bit of extra savoriness. But his pizzas
So
were great.
since you're saying pizzas as your own, you're making your own dough then.
Oh yeah, and my own sauce, and yeah.
There's a whole bunch of debates just about. You can do a conspiracy show on the proportions of flour people use to make their pizza dough.
Yes, there's
Is it semolina?
Dom, did you see what my niece Hurt said about this
Yeah.
guy is Italian, asking about a pizza oven?
yeah.
Got
well,
no
I don't know
slack.
about that. Yeah.
And also,
you're correct. My recipe is it's a thin crust. I don't do thick dough.
Oh, I don't like Neapolitan. No.
Well, again,
I'm not a big
Jesus.
thick dough
Yeah,
guy.
we're
I
not
like thin
Chicago.
crust.
no, that's
thin
not
crust.
pizza.
Yeah,
And
I like
also, it
thin
was brought
crust.
up Tabasco Pete's Crystal Hot Sauce, which is best. He forgot Frank's and also Louisiana hot sauce.
Louisiana
Those
hot
on
sauce
with
I like,
Pete's.
yeah.
Yeah. What?
Tapatio.
You know what? My niece hurt. Good for you. I didn't know Shakey's was still in business, so that's great.
I'm a Tabasco guy. I love Tabasco. I like the red Tabasco
Mm-hmm.
on everything, every single thing.
Now, see, that's good on eggs. I
Yeah.
like it on eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
really
a
good on
thing.
eggs.
buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah. To your question, I mean,
How what
I
is-
save for the Selena for the pasta. That's the only thing I use that flour for. Because it makes a good texture there. For my pizza dough, I actually use a high altitude wheat flour, and it makes a great crust.
To answer what my knees hurt making fun of my heritage. I live in New York. I don't need to make my own pizza. I can get pizza
Yes.
like pretty quick. I could get pizza right now if I want. There's pizza literally everywhere, and we all have our own. Me and my wife have different. She
think I
likes a
have
different
one in the
pizza
freezer.
place than mine. Oh, oh!
Oh Lord.
I was going to
Fine,
ask
like-
Dom, is there anything that is a no-no as far as putting on pizza?
Not particularly.
So you're
don't
not
like
on
any
the
chili.
anti-pineapple? You're fine with pineapple on pizza?
Again, if you're having a Hawaiian pizza, pineapple Canadian bacon is friggin' delicious.
Yeah,
together.
absolutely.
On no other
for me.
pizza, but I fully support it. I mean, no, I will say I don't like mushrooms on pizza
Oh,
because
I
they're
love
always
mushrooms.
kind of wet and slimy.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I actually dry out my mushrooms a little bit before I put them on the pizza. For that reason, I don't like. I love mushrooms. I eat them in every meal, but I don't like slimy mushrooms on my pizza. That's gross.
So I worked
But
at a frozen
this-
pizza factory for 2 years,
Yeah.
and it kind of burned me out on pizza.
Understandable. Yeah. I mean, those are. Let's face it. Those are pizza-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza.
But there's so I'm good with whatever people want to put on a pizza, put it on your pizza. But if you want to judge good pizza, it has to be plain. You can't judge pizza with other toppings on it.
No, cheese and sauce. Let's go. Let's see what this tastes like, and then everything else is just a nice add-on.
I don't
with
like
ya.
breakfast pizzas.
Breakfast pizzas.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. Very
That's the thing.
favorite.
I don't
in
like
truck
quiche.
stops everywhere.
You
Not
don't
a
like quiche?
fan. Not a quiche fan.
I love quiche.
Yeah,
I
quiche
don't
is
like
good.
icing. I love cake. Just scrape all that nasty ass icing off of it and give me the cake.
Okay, see, we all have our little things, don't we? But yeah, to Dom's point, that's where I got into making my own pizzas, because I'd go back east and I'd have these amazing pizzas, and then out here, there's a few people, and most of them are transplants, but there's not a lot of people, or weren't here in Denver, that made a good pizza. I'm like, okay. So,
Well,
you learn to
I mean,
roll
I've
your
heard
own.
I've heard a lot of people who make pizza and who make bagels in New York, and they say one of the main reasons it's better is because of the tap water here. The stuff that's in New York tap water.
Yes,
say
all the
makes
all
it
the
better.
extra Jimmy Hoffa, all that kind of stuff in there that just makes the bagels better.
Ooh. Now, this just could be the stoned teenager in me again. But bagels with spaghetti sauce and some pepperonis and cheese, you are set.
A bagel bite.
Bagel bites, yeah, basically, yeah.
Could be pretty good.
Uh,
I wish my knees hurt had opinions on things. I mean, I get tired of these wishy-washy. It could be.
Did I put
Take a stand,
any of-
damn you.
My knees hurt. Did I put any of my own belief into what I said? I said I've heard people say. I never said I thought any of it. I just said what I heard people say. So,
Well, I mean,
chill the fuck out.
there's a way to do it scientifically. Have one of the good bagel makers there make the dough and everything, and have it do it in his shop and run it down the coast, down North Carolina or something. And do that in similar elevation and see what the difference is.
I think
and
it's
then you would
easier
know.
to judge with bagels because
okay.
bagels almost everywhere else are terrible.
Yeah.
I got a good debate here.
Okay.
Toast or pancakes?
Toast. I don't like
They're-
pancakes. They're boring.
They're
I-
different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
they're-
Can
I
I
would
have
say
both?
maybe
No?
it should be like French toast or pancakes or something, or waffles.
I don't know why you only get one. or the
Aircraft
other.
carriers or watermelons? What?
I don't know why they give you the option of one or the other. I just figured you'd have both. If I'm having eggs, I could have my toast for my eggs and then the pancakes on the side. But no, it's one or the other.
Oh no, we get different types of. You want like white rye wheat or English muffin.
Yeah.
That's usually what we get. And then you got to pay for pancakes.
Yeah, but they're
So you
different.
get pancakes as an option all the time.
Yeah, most places usually ask you, do you want toast or pancakes?
Interesting. Huh.
Sometimes I'll have pancakes. It depends on what I'm having. If I'm
I
having
do.
like
I am not a lover of pancakes. My kids
pancakes are
love
pancakes.
pancakes.
Yeah.
To me, they're so.
Yeah.
I make
Pancakes.
pancake tacos, pancake peanut butter and jelly, and then I
oh
like.
yeah, that's actually.
But pancakes pretty boring. I love French toast though.
Yeah, pancakes for me are a little heavy. I make crepes instead.
Yeah, I don't
like
like
different
crepes.
batters.
I love crepes. I miss crepes. My mom used to make us crepes.
No, I'm not too crazy about them.
Everybody's. I make them sometimes, and again, I make different kinds. Sometimes I make savory crepes for myself, and then I make sweet, strawberry or whatever crepes for the wife, and she's happy and I'm happy. But fill mine with sausage and nice sausage gravy and crepes, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like waffles. They had a waffle maker at the hotel we were at down in Phoenix, so every morning get up and make our own waffles.
I've been. We got a waffle maker when we got married, and it's been our most used wedding gift. Like it's like the Belgium waffles. Like the waffles come out like
Yes.
that big.
The big,
And
thick square ones. Yeah.
I have this whole thing with my kids. It's called Big Daddy waffles. So basically, I just make waffles with chocolate chips and whipped cream and sprinkles and shit. Like when my wife's had too many wines and she's sleeping on the weekend. She's like, Dad, can we have Big Daddy waffles? I'm like, let's do this.
Yes. There you go. That was.
But they are really yummy.
Making breakfast for the boys. Those are good times back in the day. I
Yeah.
used to like that.
Yeah, we have fun. I got my
Indeed.
kid hooked on my favorite cereal, peanut butter Captain Crunch.
God.
Yeah, I
I
like
love that. Oh, it's my. I don't like regular Captain Crunch. It's disgusting. But peanut butter Captain Crunch. Oh.
I don't know. This new Frosted Flakes I had before I went on vacation might be my new favorite. It was like strawberry something or other Frosted Flakes. Oh my God, they were
I love Frosted Flakes. I hadn't tried that yet.
Oh my God, they were good. We went the very next time I went to the store. I told my wife we need to find more of that, and we couldn't find any of it. I'm like, God damn it!
So what? Good?
Get me,
Not
get me
great?
back and then take it away.
I ate so much cereal as a kid. I didn't eat cereal for 20 plus years. Now I eat a little bit again. I keep frosted mini wheats around. I kind of like that. And then I've got a couple granola ones that I'll eat with some berries. But yeah, I'm just not much of a cereal guy anymore.
Shit, I came from a family with 8 kids. We had Sugar Smacks or Corn Flakes. That was it. That was the two choices. Every now and again, you'd get Fruit Loops, and the world was good.
Raisin Bran was all we ever had growing up.
I
Raisin
love
Bran.
Raisin Brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raisin Bran's great though.
I
It
used
is.
to eat a lot of Raisin Bran. That was good. Oh, yeah.
Raisin
That
Bran.
is just
Ever
a
have
good one.
Raisin? The new one, the Raisin Bran Crunch is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Why I like the shredded wheat, because it's got some texture to it. I just
No,
salty
I don't
cereal
like
is
shredded
gross.
wheat.
Yeah,
I like
see,
shredded wheat with peanut butter.
I usually just eat whatever cereal my kids have left
yeah.
because they both like very different. My younger son is all fruity cereals, and then
Yeah.
my other guys like like I said, if I get a box of peanut butter Captain Crunch, he won't eat anything else. Oh, Maria, stop with this health nonsense.
It's,
Healthy,
Dr.
not
Kellogg would
healthy.
disagree with you.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what's good? Cricket, chill out. My mom
I
used to.
can't. Let me not eat that unhealthy cereal and go smoke 2 packs of cigarettes.
Yes,
My mom
exactly.
used to use this trick to get us to
Drink
eat
my
oatmeal
whiskey.
as a kid.
Oh, I love it. You know.
She'd
I do
get
like oatmeal.
oatmeal, and then she'd put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it, and then put some maple syrup on it. Man, we'd eat the shit out of that as kids. Holy shit, that is so good. Melted ice cream on hot oatmeal. Oh.
Yeah, I love oatmeal. I put peanut butter in it. Love it. So good. Is beer for breakfast healthier than cereal? That's
It's
Probably
liquid
Probably
cereal.
Is. It probably is, though. It probably is. Seriously, it probably is.
Fruity,
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles are
That's my younger son's favorite. How is Fruity Pebbles?
I'm a stoner, man. Fruity Pebbles, fucking Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, you fucking name it.
Too funny.
My
Count
kids are
Chocula.
trying to like fill my shoes because I like this was in my 20s. You know, I would eat like a box of cereal for dinner. You know, like it was like a 1 serving meal because I had this thing like you fill up and then like you put too much milk, so you keep trying to get it
Get the
so
ratio
the
right.
last scoop there's no cereal, no milk, so there's too much cereal, pour more milk. There's not enough cereal. I just kept going back. So I would just like eat like the whole box. So my kids are destined to trying to surpass me. They ate their first entire pizza
Nice.
at 10 and 8. We went out and we got them a pizza and we came back and coming home my wife was like, "Oh, I hope there's some pizza left," and they devoured the entire pie.
No. All right. There
Bastards, man.
you go. Well, let's face it. So little of what we do is good for us. You know.
Stuffed peppers.
Stuffed peppers are good.
I like them.
I like stuffed peppers, stuffed cabbage. Chris don't like that. We know Chris.
You
Got a
like,
thing.
I don't like cabbage, but I like stuffed cabbage. I don't know. I think it's something with the mixture of rice and meat plus the cabbage.
No.
Kind of gives it a different.
No,
flavor.
basically, I like all food. Like I'm very adventurous food wise. I'll try anything. I mean, like and I like crappy food, and I like really exquisite food. I just, I have to stay with the same woman. I'll do that, but I want to eat it everything.
I like variety. There's nothing I won't try at least once, just
Yeah.
to for the experience, if nothing else.
Do you know what's funny?
I've never tried Rocky Mountain oysters, and I don't plan on it.
No, I'm not going to eat.
You gotta
that.
do it.
I mean, if I was
know?
there, I would try.
No,
'em.
I don't. I don't
Well.
need to do it.
I have one. Sorry, when I was young, my father's Sicilian. So he liked this pasta dish called pasta con sarde, which is really pasta with sardines.
Okay.
It came in this like yellow can. You like toast breadcrumbs and raisins, and I used to love it as a kid. And then I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, I was like, man, I'm gonna eat that. And I'm gonna make it, and I made it, and I was like, oh, this is the grossest thing I had ever tasted. I threw the whole thing out. But some stuff just comes with you, some stuff don't.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, and, yeah. Understand the.
There's one. He just said, after this one, he's saying very interesting things. Kurt said about stuffed grape leaves. That used to be another one I hated, stuffed grape leaves. And then one day I ate one, and I was like, oh my God, this is a fascinating
Yeah,
bite.
it's so good.
And now I just love them.
Yeah, I love them too.
I like good coleslaw.
Yeah.
I like good coleslaw.
Me too.
I like good coleslaw even on a dog or a burger.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, my favorite sandwich is a Reuben, so.
Yeah, and that's the thing of it. Good coleslaw, I will actually eat, but so few people make what I consider
No,
to be
yeah.
good
Mhm.
coleslaw.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, few people make it.
Yeah, exactly.
It usually comes in a container.
Great
Oh,
nuts.
that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. Remember, and again, you'll give us. Let's remember, what healthy guy and everything. He dropped dead at 51. So this eating healthy crap can be overrated, folks. Enjoy your life. Don't be stupid. Don't eat lard, out of a tube.
Yeah. Don't drink alcohol in your butt.
Yes,
What,
there's a good
butt
safety tip.
chugging's bad?
Butt chugging is bad.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, there's my new punk band name.
I'm drinking a beer right now. I can't
Lord.
remember what movie my wife and I were watching, and it was like, who's that guy who was in? He was like Magic Mike, I think.
Oh, the actor?
Yeah, the actor.
Tatum, Channing.
Tatum. Yeah, Tatum
Okay,
Channing.
that's him. He was in some movie. It was like two couples, and I forget what they were trying to do, but he did this bit in this movie about butt chugging, and my wife and I just friggin' lost. He's like really. He was like in a comedy. He was really funny.
That's
But,
funny. But I had never, I didn't know what that was, and I'm watching. You guys remember a show called? It was on Spike when Spike TV was a thing. It was called 100 Ways to Die,
Oh yeah.
and they had this thing, and again a guy, and they showed it like you see his feet in the air and everything. He's like, he's drinking the beer in his butt. What? And did 7 of them or whatever, and died of alcohol poisoning and I'm like, people do that? What? That just seems dumb. If you're going to drink alcohol, put it in your lips and enjoy the taste before you get stupid. But people do odd things, don't they?
I mean, do you think they found it out accidentally? Like the guy.
Well, no. I mean,
found a
somebody
beer and was
had
like,
a genius
"Whoa."
idea to do this, and
Hold my beer. Watch this.
yeah, 1,000 Ways to Die. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because I remember
Back when I used
my
to watch
friends
TV.
back in the day huffing, spray paint. They'd put a rag in a plastic bag, and spray paint and then just start deep inhaling it. And that guy's the guy who did it a lot. He's kind of retarded now.
Yeah, well, geez.
I know you
shocker.
can't say that word. But he is.
Well, you know what? If you're huffing paint like that, retarded applies. There are mentally disabled people, and then there's retards, and that's retarded.
Well, yeah, I think
It's a retard is now an earned.
Oh,
name.
see, look at Tony.
Yeah.
Tony Howie's got jokes. I mean, we
I
have
think-
got the heavy hitters on jokes tonight.
I think retard, if handicapped or mentally disabled is the term that we call somebody that's handicapped or mentally terminal.
Yes.
Retard is somebody we call fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
They're
earn
not-
being
yeah.
a retard.
Yeah.
It's something
Exactly.
you do. Yeah.
The other people, they have no choice on that. They had an injury. They were born that way. But, you decided to huff paint and fry your brain, and so you're retarded.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Well,
I
but
heard a
did
big
you
debate
concentrate
about
it in a rag?
This nitro. You talking about the finishes they put on guitars now?
Yeah, and those lacquers can be a little toxic. Hopefully you use a paint booth and, and get it vented so you're not sucking up too much of that stuff.
Oh, you're supposed to use a mask?
OSHA would have you believe that.
Oh shit! What do they know?
Nah. A couple things, maybe. Because, yes.
Okay, I'll let you guys know a secret while I was on vacation. There's a place down near the South Rim called Navajo Bridge.
Yes.
And it's a bridge that stretches across the Colorado River. I couldn't walk out into the middle of it. My vertigo was so bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't go out there.
No, I get it, man.
I was scooting like this shit, bro. That shit scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, well.
Why are you walking on a bridge?
It's
At all?
a sightseeing.
Something people do.
Yeah. Let's say I don't love heights, but when we visited the Hoover Dam and there's that bridge that overlooks it, that's way the hell up, and I walked right down to the middle of that. It's like I'm not going to miss this experience because I'm afraid of heights, and I'm glad I did. And it was you look down and go, holy shit, that is a long ways down, and
that is.
But it was a cool experience. Glad I did it.
What did you think about it? Did you go in and take the tour in the dam and stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
That was fascinating.
No, yeah. Well, and I got points from our guide there because he said, if you look out on the up on this ridge here, there's something used to be installed there. It said anti-aircraft guns. They went, nobody knows that. And I said, I'm a World War II geek. Of course, all our installations had anti-aircraft guns because we thought the Japanese were going to fly over and try and bomb our dams. Duh. Like we were bombing the German dams because that's what we did. Okay, I'm not gonna. I was gonna post that, and then I decided. Not to.
Yeah.
You know what? Kurt, you do you, bro.
Have fun. Yeah.
Well, you act like it's a bad thing.
I'm not going to be judgmental. I'm just gonna.
Right.
No judgment zone here.
Yeah. No.
right,
No
yes.
judgment.
We're not judging. Whatever gets you through the night.
Maybe some warnings though.
All right. Yeah.
This whole show is a warning now.
Yeah. I don't know. Does the alcohol counteract the toxic shock syndrome?
No, it's going to be like, Nancy Reagan's going to be like, people who do drugs become this live stream. Talking about
This
what
is your
judging
brain.
you.
This is your brain on drugs.
This is what happens with the chronic use of.
And I'll point out, I've probably done the least amount of drugs of anybody on this panel, and you notice it didn't make any damn difference. I'm just as screwed
you
up as the
seem
rest
pretty
of them.
clean cut.
I don't
Chris.
know, Chad. Tell us
I
about your
was.
drug addiction. Go ahead.
No, I think Chad's pretty.
None.
I'm mad. Chad's
see,
so clean,
you can
clean,
tell, too.
wholesome boy.
Like
Midwestern
Clay,
stock.
You could tell Clay has lived a life.
Oh hell,
Clay's
I smoked
done some
crack
shit.
with hookers, man. I've got stories. I'm
You
not
are.
lying, and I'm not afraid to admit it too. That's what.
He's
that's it.
smoked
I'm not
crack
afraid
out
to
of hookers'
tell- I'm not
cracks.
afraid to tell the stories. Now, I never sucked a wiener, for crack.
Well,
I
not
just
for
wanna put
crack
this
he
out
has
there.
it.
Not for crack. He did have to add
He has, just not for crack.
Why did I even say that?
That he did for free.
That was just Friday.
That's
Oh Lord.
why he couldn't walk out on the bridge. He was,
I've learned my lessons. Let's just say that.
And that's a good. You know, we all make mistakes in our misspent youth, and we learn from them. Hopefully.
Shit.
luckily, I made most of mine while I was serving in the armed forces.
Yes, protecting our nation from
Yeah.
from drugs
Yeah, I
coming
made all
in.
my dumb shit in my 20s and my 30s.
Hey, you know what? That's what your 20s. Well, maybe not your 30s. That's definitely what your 20s are for.
Yeah, you should be figuring it out by your
20s,
30s.
30s, 40s, you know.
Well, some guys never fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't even
Sadly.
get sober till I was 40.
Yeah, well. Hey, you might be a slow learner, but at least you are a
The-
learner.
The only thing I've ever had a problem with is cigarettes.
Well, that's
Anything
a
else,
miserable.
everything
chained
else,
to
I
that
can
thing.
easily moderate.
I'm chained to them things.
I
That's
could
the one
drink a
thing I wish I
few,
could quit.
smoke a few.
Yeah,
But
that
cigarettes,
is a
you just
tough.
and I.
That's
and
why I'm
they-
glad I never started because
Every
yeah, it's-
single one of them sickens me because I can't stop.
Yeah, I'm addicted to nicotine for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, man. Especially.
What's going on with your green screen there, Clay? You're ruining everything.
No, this little fucking cat. Get a kitten, they said. It'd be fun, they said.
What do you have? Two separate screens?
Well, you got your kitten and the dog,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
do.
the dog that's raising hell. It looks like, or moving the green
Oh, the
screen.
cat's down here.
Just ruining the mood.
Bastard.
Just bring the show down.
Hey, move. You get out too. Go. The dog corrals the cat into me. And then they just run around my chest.
And here's the wild animal trainer. Getting He's got tigers, and oh my god, that's pretty
that's
funny.
better.
I'm laughing because my cat likes to raise hell, but he's locked out. I'm sure he's asleep. He'd be in here if I let him. Trust me.
I would never let my dog down here. He would destroy everything.
Well, you sat on the cat. Well, I mean, what's the cat
I mean,
supposed to do? You know, it's like, oh,
It's called self-defense.
yeah, I would bite you too if you sat on me.
God, he follows me everywhere. He's a daddy's boy.
Well, that's what cats do. They're pride animals. They gotta hang with their pack.
I quit smoking a long time ago too, Preston, and then I probably quit for like, let's see, my wife and I quit when we talked about wanting to have kids. So he's 10, so I had quit for like 10 years, and then I started again during COVID.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. My wife had smoked for basically her whole life, and then had quit for I don't know 7-8 years, and then her mother was diagnosed with lung cancer. So of course the most intelligent thing to do is start smoking again.
Yeah, well,
Because of the stress of that, duh. And so her mother eventually passed, and so she quit smoking again, and did really well. And that kind of fell off the wagon here recently. So she just got a prescription for Chantix. Is going to quit again. I know she can do it.
I don't like that Chantix stuff. That made me jittery. Kurt,
Worked for
did you
her.
find? So I want to put this up. So, nope, you did it again, you motherfucker.
Would you
Stop
quit?
So vape juice. Thank you. Now here's what I want to say. So I was doing good with vaping, right? I had stopped and I was only vaping. Although I'll say this about vaping, you become more addicted to nicotine vaping because it's constant. It's just constant that you can have it. But then fucking in New York, they made it illegal to buy like flavored
The
flavored
capsules
vape
are
juices
good,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So you can only get the shitty ones again. And one boom, 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 and I pretty much started smoking after that. So thank you, government, for taxing me more on cigarettes and making it like giving any option to try to quit. You know, taking it away. There you go. That's what I had to say.
Yeah, well, you know, that's how it is. And yeah, I mean, this is Chantix is scary for some people. My wife and my son were both able to quit smoking with it. It worked for them, but it does not work for everybody.
No, it made
My wife
I
used it.
it made me feel really not like suicidal thoughts, but it did not make me feel good at all.
No, and that some people have that reaction, and so we were very careful with both of them when they did it. But again, they both could tolerate it fine.
No, I went the opposite way, Preston. I just kept increasing the amount of nicotine in my vape.
Yeah, there you go. Cat is breaking me up. You know, she's batting at the microphone. The cats are
No,
awesome.
I have my kids are starting to talk about it now, so I have to
Yeah.
wrangle that shit before they become teenagers and then turn out like me and stealing my dad's cigarettes.
Yeah.
Still on your vape. Like, shit, where'd my vape go? No, my other vape.
Yeah, that's. I've still never found that one. No, they're too young.
No, I'm telling you, it was the dog. The dog.
No,
ate it, and
I'm
the
pretty
dog was
sure I
happy for a
threw it
while.
out. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I threw it out. A whole brand new. I bought a brand new device, a Gram,
Yeah.
which is beautiful, and used it once, and I've never seen it again. I'm pretty sure I was cleaning and threw it out. I've done that many times when I like decide I'm just going to clean one day. I don't really look at what I just get a bag and start throwing shit in it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, bags of 50s, and yeah, it's efficient. That's you're watching the cat. That's why a lot of my shirts end up sleeveless or cut up, because the cat puts holes in them, and then like, all right, well, I guess this sleeve is shredded. I guess I'll just cut the sleeve off.
No, she's pointing to SWA. She's like, it's a good group. It's a good
Yeah,
group.
yeah. The cat is like, I like SWA stuff. That's pretty cool. If I had opposable thumbs, I'd be playing guitar and I'd be in that group.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I don't. I gotta say, that's a cute cat. I like it. I like the looks of that cat.
Yeah, you think he's cute till he's jumping from the back of your chair to the top of your green screen stand, and
That's what cats do when they're young. You know, my cat's pretty old, so
I have
he's not too much of a dick.
behind my monitor here. I have one of them nice Japanese 3-piece panel, dividers. I think it was like $90 or something. It was a nice one. Was a nice one until he started using it for his ladder.
I
get
have to
the.
I have to do two things. I found ceiling brackets that I can just mount the pole to, and then I have to get a shorter. Like I listened to Papa Tommy's. Like, you got to make sure you get a green screen that's like 10 by 12. So that's what I did. And it's just so damn long. I trip over it. I move my
Yeah.
chair and it gets caught in the wheels. I have to get one that's like only like 8 feet. Because for this, you don't need it to go all the way down to the floor.
Yeah, mine is smaller
I
because
think these
I'm
ones
cheap.
were 8 by 5. I got 2 of them and 2 stands.
Okay.
Ow!
Yeah, no, mine's 10 by 12.
But
So I
only have-
used to have to like move the furniture, or like I had to move the couch out of the way. Now I just got smart and I just put it behind the couch, so it just goes like across the
Yeah,
whole
I-
thing.
I used to have both like poles and everything up, but now I just have one, and this whole like side back here. You guys can't see it, of course, but this is all like the whole side of the bar is basically a bookshelf, so I have it clamped along this
Okay.
way, and then my other one runs this way and connects right here, right, right over here somewhere. Connects in there, right here somewhere. because
Good
it's-
night,
Very
Maria.
much like-
Thanks for hanging with us.
Good night, Maria.
too funny.
Good night, Maria. See you tomorrow.
See you
You
tomorrow.
guys are so high tech. My green screen consists of I bought a 1-inch piece of PVC pipe, or 2 pieces, and then a union, and so I can take it apart. And the green screen slides over it, and it's on this top of this bookshelf and the top of this bookshelf, and I just stick it up there. Done.
Well, I mean, if you had something that I don't, so
Yeah.
I got the stupid stands. But I know I'm definitely going to get the ceiling things. And then I'll just, what I need to do is make something so I can roll the thing up and just never take it down.
Yeah. No, that would be nice.
Like I came down, like, you know, my kid's PlayStation is down here. So, like, one morning I came down and my son was using the green screen like a blanket.
How did you see him?
Yeah.
All
All right,
well, it
well,
just
I'm
turned-
gonna get off of here.
Well, I'm going to say, you know what? This has been a great show. We've been talking about cheese and pizza and green screens for 4 friggin' hours.
The most
And-
idiotic conversation I've ever had in my life.
And people have hung with us, and people have said hilarious things in the chat.
I mean,
it's been a hoot, but you know,
I think we really found something everyone was interested in. You know, everyone had something to say tonight.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly so. So we're going to call this a success, and we will see everyone tomorrow night with Clay and Chad on the big block party.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
be there or be square, and you'll see me being fake Dom next Tuesday.
Can't wait.
I can't
will
wait
be
for
listening.
that.
I
I'm
can wait.
excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to end the broadcast. Thanks for coming tonight. We appreciate everybody being here.
All right.
Good
Be
night,
well.
folks.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yep.
Hasta
Take it easy. Have a
luego.
good night.
Everybody.
I'm gonna go eat. What are you clicking, Chris?